Sorry, I forgot
Hey
the
everyone,
wow.
welcome back to another amazing episode of Falling Lucha. I'm your host today, Steven. And the other guy is JC. We are a podcast that discusses the lore, not really the history, of Lucha Underground.
I mean,
and then we talk
the
about
history.
Hey, not like the TV history, you know? Like I guess like the lore history, but not like the production history. We don't really talk about.
I mean, we sometimes go into production. Like, remember the one time they said Vampiro is too messy of a commentator and they have to clean him up a lot of the times
We cherry pick the history.
We do. But importantly, we keep the lore.
And then after we do the week of, which is my favorite segment, of course.
Yeah?
Then
Why is that?
after that, we talk about the news
to me.
of this week.
That's news to me that week of is your favorite segment. Why is that your favorite
Aren't you like
segment?
going back in time? Isn't that sick?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I love it. I just didn't know it was your favorite. You know?
No, I want to do like one for like 2008 or like 7, you know, one of the weirder years.
We just did 2008 with the Miz and Morrison episode.
I want
What are you
like
talking
the
about?
Linda McMahon like political run. That's what I want.
Why? There's a good chance wrestling news blog lady doesn't even talk about it, so we
What?
don't even. Yeah,
When did it happen?
she's been in politics like her entire life. It could
Oh my
still
gosh.
happen. We could do a 2016 episode, and it would be like, oh, she was
Yo.
appointed to
Could
Trump's
it still
cabinet.
happen? With like Vince being gone? But
Why
does she still
couldn't
have
it
power
happen?
in politics? The money?
I mean, again, literally, and when she was part of Trump's cabinet, all it took was one man appointing her. It's not like you need like this
Have you,
mass of people to vote.
Have you seen like huge news recently about like Vince going to a party of John Cena, right?
No,
They had
dude, don't
dates.
spoil our fucking current event segment. Vince's 77th birthday? Fuck!
Shit.
What are you doing? We
Well-
gotta keep the lore of Lucha Underground first.
Hey guys,
Bad
you want to listen to
host.
that one? You want to listen to that part? Skip to the end?
Check the timestamps below, guys.
Yeah.
Um,
We won't list the actual segment itself.
for Steven's
list,
second favorite segment. His least
part of
favorite
it
is the one we're
happens.
about to do, of course.
Exactly,
Which
guys.
is sad. Steven, what segment are we about to do?
So let's start this week's episode with a recap of what happened last week on Lucha Underground, guys.
No. First, let's talk about what episode we're talking about today, Steven. What,
shit.
Yeah, it's season 1. What's the episode? What episode number?
Episode 26, guys.
Nah,
of Lucha Underground.
I don't know why you want to skip ahead. I think
How
we
far
should
was I?
watch.
How far was I?
I think we should watch episode 24 today. You know?
It's 2 weeks off, man.
Yeah, just a
It
little
could have been
bit.
26. You know, we did all those bonus episodes, man.
It could have been, but surely
Could've been.
episode 24 is called. Steven, you're
Mask
the host.
versus Mask.
No, that was a few weeks ago. That was like 22, man.
Trios title.
That's very close. The episode
Okay, I knew it had
is
something to do
called.
with trios.
It's called Trios Champions, which is creative.
You know what happens to me every week? I like watch Lucha Underground on archive.org.
What happens to you?
I watch on
every
my
week?
phone, right? And every time I click on an episode, it doesn't load the episode, it loads the first episode. So I always see the intro, like the masked luchador fighting the guy in the
It's
street.
always
like,
the guy, the cum man. It's always
like-
him.
He's like, come with me. And I always think it's a new episode for some reason. Until like, it
Yeah.
connects me like 5 seconds. It's like, oh wait.
Or
I've
it could
seen
be
this
part of
already.
the recap. Like, I'm thinking like, oh, maybe they're recapping from episode 1 because Cum Man's gonna be
Yeah.
back tonight. You know, you never know.
It's long-term booking, dude. From episode
It really
1.
is. But this
Crazy.
episode, Steven, episode 24, Trios Champions, it aired on April 22nd of 2015. And we did have a recap to start off the episode. It's all about the Trios tournament that's been taking place. It's not a tournament. Can we stop calling it a tournament? It was just one round of qualifiers to get to the finals. That's not how this
It's
works.
like number 1 contender matches, right? Just like 3 of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There were 3 qualifying matches. 3 not even number 1 contender matches cuz there were
Contender
3 number 1
matches?
contenders. Yeah, just contender
Contender.
matches, exactly. Yeah. We had
They get
3
it. They get the spot on the match card.
precisely.
There you go.
But basically the recap is just all the teams that made their way to the finals. So we'll have that match tonight. It's of course the makeshift team of Angelico. They're all makeshift teams. Fuck. We have Angelico,
No, they're
Son of
not.
Havoc, and Evilise. Yeah, they're a makeshift
What's-
team.
What?
do you-
No way.
Then-
You're telling me the bad guys? It's a makeshift team?
Listen, you can't tell me not a single person in those 9 is not a good guy, okay? None of them are good guys. They're all bad guys in this fucking 9-man tag team match, Steven, that we have in the main
Son
event.
of Havoc
tonight.
isn't a bad guy anymore, is he?
Maybe not anymore,
think
but
so.
everything we've seen of Son of Havoc is he treats women horribly, he badmouths the fans, and people only like him because he can do cool stuff, you know? And in my book, that's not enough reason to like somebody. He's still a dick as far as we know. Yeah. He's just like the Young Bucks. So, no, they're all 9 bad people, aside from maybe the Mac, because we don't know anything about the Mac yet, you know?
Or Killshot. He's just a guy in a mask, you know?
Killshot's a man who fled from the military. I can only imagine it's for bad reasons. Do we not?
Do we not? We don't know that he gets introduced like, this is my boy, Killshot.
No, you're right. He's just Big Rick's boy. Well, we can assume
He's just his boy, dude.
that if you're friends with Big Rick, you're probably not a good guy, because Big Rick has not been a good guy as far as we've seen. You know?
He's a bad man. He smokes.
Yes, he is. I don't know a single good person that smokes a cigar, okay? This Cody Rhodes, he's a menace, okay, Steven? But listen.
Yeah, R-Truth, criminal.
Yeah, exactly. Steven, what also happened in our recap is we see the clip of Pentagon Jr. from last week where he attacks Melissa Santos before she is saved by Sexy Star. And that's pretty much it. It's just those 2 bits of recap.
That's it.
Yeah, but before we get into the episode, because, Steven, speaking of the Cum Man, he's here.
Yo.
He's back. I know,
Deja
it's
vu,
crazy.
man, when it happens.
Exactly. We're getting another one of those shitty-ass diary entries from Black Lotus, okay? It's been months now since she was kidnapped by the Cum Man, and
She's still kidnapped, guys. No one has been looking for her at all.
Not a single person.
City.
Well, we know her parents were murdered, okay? It makes sense no one would be looking for her. And she's talking to her diary. She says, "Dear diary, I've been here for 8 weeks training, and I don't know when he's gonna let me fight, but I'm ready. My anger is my greatest strength." And then, as she's saying this, as she's writing her diary, she like stomps a guy's balls in. Did you see that?
Dude, she was like beating up, like, were they criminals or just goons?
I think they were imaginary goons.
Real?
No, I don't think
it was like
they
a
were
training
real.
montage, right? Like Black Lotus beating up guys.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, I can take you on, Cum Man. And the guy in the mask, right? We call him Cum Man.
Well, Cum
Because
Man's her
the only
trainer.
thing-
Is the one training
But the
her.
reason why we call him Cum Man's because we only know him for this one line he says, where he says, "Come with me."
Well, yeah, obviously. Everyone knows
Yeah.
the cum line, Steven.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
And he just beats the shit out of like Black Lotus. It's like, oh.
I mean, a little bit, yeah. Well, because
pretty
she's
cool.
like being like all edgy. She's like, "I'm ready to fight the man who killed my parents. I don't need any more training." But then, at one point when she's fighting, she tells Cum Man, "I hate you." And then that's when he realizes you're too emotionally immature to kill the man who killed your parents. So we gotta fight some more.
You gotta be
know?
emotionless, dude. You gotta become a sociopath.
Exactly. Which, by the way, can we talk about how this training montage of her beating up everyone took place in the same place where Conan beat up everyone in his montages? Okay, because this
They
is the
have
same
so many
warehouse.
sets to use, man. Okay.
I guess
They
so.
have different corners of the room to use, man.
I just
and the
figured the
roof.
Cum Man would have a secret hideout. I didn't know he lives with Conan, you know? Is that
He
official
drove
Lucha
all the way
Underground lore?
there. How far did he
Shit.
drive, you know?
To pick up the Black Lotus girl?
To kidnap Black Lotus, yeah. To the warehouse. I assume the
That's
warehouse
a
is
good
nearby,
question.
right?
Maybe they're in New
I assume they
Hampshire.
film at the warehouse. Ooh.
Or that. I like to
San
think they're in New
Francisco.
Hampshire. Or that.
No.
It's still a good distance, you know? It's still pretty far. It's
Far
still pretty
distance.
far. Uh-huh. But yeah, no. So basically the whole point of this is that Black Lotus is getting antsy and Cum Man says, "Stop." And that's it. You know, we're probably going to get another diary segment in another 2 months. So look
I
forward
love
to
this
it, guys.
long-term booking, guys. This is awesome.
Do you? Are you looking forward to the moment she gets revenge on the man who killed her parents? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. You sound like it. Well, Steven, we go from that to a match, believe it or not, on this wrestling show. And
Oh
it
my
is
gosh.
between... this match actually blew me away when I saw what it was. It is Sexy Star versus Pentagon Jr. We're getting the blow-off already, man.
Dang,
I'm so happy.
I like the long-term booking here, guys. Okay,
Yeah.
Melissa being like, "Hey guys, Sexy Star is coming out." She's all excited, right? She's announcing the woman who represents feminism,
Women.
I guess. In this?
Yeah.
Wait, I don't know.
And
then when she
suicide
announces
victims.
Pentagon, right? She's like, oh, and Pentagon guys, he's on.
Yeah, she doesn't want to give him an enthusiastic entrance because he beat her up. It's very fair. But I got so happy, Steven, because this feud only started like 2 weeks ago during the whole Superfly drama.
Baby.
I am so excited. I see this. I'm getting so pumped that we don't have to watch any more Sexy Star versus Pentagon. Let's go. Penta can move on to bigger and better things, baby.
If only that like the freaking Drago match of Aerostar that took so long to finish.
Yeah.
That wasn't even a 5. It was supposed to be like 5 matches in total. We got like 6 matches in total. It was awful.
Spoilers, guys. Dario comes out at the end of this match and announces a best-of-5 series. It's really exciting. It's really exciting. But, Steven, Vampiro is very upset at the beginning of this match that Pentagon is costing people and families money by breaking their arms, which is something I had not considered.
Look, it makes sense. Maybe you got like really red pill during this, about like immigrants taking jobs away. It's like, guys, Pentagon is taking people's jobs away. He's breaking their arms. They can't support their families anymore. They're like in their 40s,
They're gonna lose their work visa if they can't work. It's obvious.
Yeah.
You think Dario is providing medical insurance? Hell no, he is not. So this is just
before like the big loan thing that Biden's doing, Like, they can't pay off their college debt.
What if Superfly had college debt, guys? Okay?
You think Superfly makes more than $25K a year? There ain't no way.
Ain't no way. So, Steven, Vampiro is rightfully concerned about the financial situation of all these families that Pentagon is destroying, quite frankly.
Just brings in, like, everyone's... You think they have 401ks for this? Or is just like, all right, you get $5. Here you go, man. Do another match.
It's on the wrestler to be responsible with their finances. Like Big Rick, I trust that he is responsible with his finances. But like a famous B, not so much.
No, that guy probably does like NFTs.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. But Matt Striker says that he is grateful that Melissa Santos even showed up for work today, Steven. I didn't realize no showing was an option, but. That's good.
Was there like an announcer in WWE that was like no showing her events, or is that like a backstage host?
You said Charlie Caruso was, but I don't remember that happening.
Might have been that. I remember she got fired for some reason like that, or similar to that.
I don't think Charlie got fired. I think she stepped away. I think she just decided ESPN was better, which is true.
But like, okay, if you quit by not trying to work, do you get fired or are you just quitting? How does that work?
I think it depends. Like, are you
like, did CM Punk quit or did he get fired? Because he no-showed, right?
Yeah.
Like most events.
But by nature of him being an independent contractor, I believe he's allowed to no-show.
Right. But he also like no-showed and like walked out, right?
He forced them to fire him.
He also got fired, yeah.
But he didn't force them to fire him on his wedding day. That's the problem, Steve.
Right.
Okay? Yeah. I'm glad we can recognize it.
Makes sense.
Either way, back to this match, Steven, because this is really what's important. Matt Striker says that Pentagon is an equal opportunity sacrificer. He says that as he is beating the shit out of Sexy Star, it means he beats women. And
this
men.
whole match, by the way, guys, was the Sexy Star getting beat up. It was awesome. Okay.
Like,
it was great.
We've talked about it before on this podcast, especially in the early days of following Lucha, that intergender matches are like a pretty tough line to walk. It's a weird balance. But the worst case scenario is when you have a man just brutalize a woman. But that's what we got. So let's go.
All of them for like this whole like organization so far for these intergender matches. It's just the males beating up the women for like most of it.
I mean, for most of it. But this one I don't mind as much because we've already established Pentagon beats the fuck out of people, So, like, it legitimately is, as much as Matt Striker saying it because he's, like, anti-lib or whatever. I hate Matt Striker. Oh, my God.
He's awesome. Do you think he watches Andrew Tate? Matt Striker?
Ooh. If he were, like, 10 years younger, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you were a
alpha
little bit
male
younger.
Matt Striker.
I think Matt Striker is the man who's going to take that place, Andrew Tate's been removed from all these social media platforms, deplatformed, as it were. I think Matt Striker is the man to fill his shoes. I'm going to be honest.
Got his chance, man. He's got his chance.
He really does. Vampiro, this all, by the way, my entire notes for this match is commentary. Vampiro says he doesn't understand why Dario isn't paying close attention to this match. And then Matt Striker says, what do you mean? He's surely watching from his office. Because, okay, Listen, because the last match, the main event of the last episode, Dario was at ringside watching. So this match, Dario isn't at ringside for, and Vampiro takes it to mean that Dario does not give a fuck. Okay, he is not. He does not care. He is
like
not in the
Buddy
building.
Murphy. Remember when Buddy Murphy was in WWE? He'd be like, I think he said he only watched Wrestle Talk videos to get his news about the place he worked for.
That's
You know
nice,
Wrestle Talk,
that's
right?
nice. Wrestle Talk?
You support them, right? Yeah. It's like
is
British
that
dudes
Steven
talking
Larson?
about wrestling.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
No.
No.
They're all the same.
If it's
They're all the
British-
same.
Why do you say yes?
be
Steven
honest.
Larson are American. They're so American. They're going in
they're
Raw.
all the same, dude.
Yeah, they're
all
going
these
in
British
Raw.
wrestling channels, Cultaholic, What Culture, they're all the same, dude.
Listen,
Okay?
listen. Where is Adam Blampied? Okay, that's all I care about. You know, where is he?
Did he have like allegations, or is that the other Adam?
No, Adam Pacitti did not have allegations. We've had this discussion I think like 5 times on Following
Yeah.
Lucha. Adam Blampied had accusations that he requested nudes from an of-age fan of his, and that was the allegation. Which is like, okay, you know, I don't.
Wow, you defending an alligated person?
I feel like
messed up, man.
he's apologized. Adam Blampied has had his career ruined for the past 10 years. I'm willing to forgive
I mean,
him.
his board game channel is pretty sick. I like watching that.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
shouts out. I don't like his blonde hair. I don't like blonde hair.
No, it
Adam.
looks bad.
Yeah. But other than that, if he dyes it back to black, I'm all on board. It's the same
Dye it
thing with
purple.
Cody, you know? It's the same thing with Cody. Why purple?
Honestly, I feel like blonde Cody looks kind of weird, you know? Like, I like black hair Cody more, but I think it's because I'm used to black hair Cody more. I don't know why.
Blonde hair Cody only worked when he didn't have a shit-ass neck tattoo because he looked like a
Yeah.
Ken doll. But now he does not look like a Ken doll because of his
He looks
stupid-ass
like
neck
a
tattoo.
weirdo.
Yeah, he looks like a dweeb, man.
I mean,
so
he's pretty
sad.
sick, though, you know? He's pretty jacked still.
He is pretty jacked.
got
He is
that.
pretty jacked. Steven, by the way, during the Sexy Star Pentagon match, Sean Davari is at ringside again, 2 episodes in a row now.
We still don't know who he is, by the way.
Well, no. Matt Striker is more hinting at who he is now. Like, you know, he's like, I'm sure we'll get his name soon enough. He looks a little
is
bit
he?
familiar. I don't.
Could he be a
like,
CEO of a company? Could he be a wrestler?
he may be a CEO. He may. It's a good call, Steven.
could
It's
he
a
be?
good call. Now let's get back to commentary. Vampiro says, I don't even have the exact words, but he basically mentions how Sexy Star is almost committed suicide, but the mask saved her. And then finally,
Dream.
Matt Striker calls him out on it, and he says, Vamp, you keep saying that. Can you explain a little bit more about what you mean when you reference suicide? Which is like, finally, because people who
Vamp,
didn't watch
why are
episode
you using suicide as a way to get yourself over? It's kind of weird and
God.
messed up, dude.
You think Vamp is getting himself over by referencing suicide?
Maybe.
I get it.
Maybe he wants to be a
No, I
little
get it.
compassionate, you know?
Oh,
Using a
he
really
wants
touchy
brownie
subject for
points.
people. Yeah.
Yeah. It makes sense. If there's anyone I want discussing a sensitive topic that requires, like, honestly, a lot of safety, delicacy, and grace, it's gonna be Vampiro, Steven.
You think he has the tact to do it?
He does have the tact. It's very good. But Steven, the match is over because Sexy Star wins with a long blower, 1, 2, 3. So.
Oh yeah, that was sick. I was
Yeah.
watching at my desk at work, right? I was like, oh yeah, it's pretty obvious he's gonna win. And then Sexy Star does like a reversal, right? I think it's one whole move in the entire match she's done.
Woo.
Gets the pin, and it just ends. My eyes like widened, you know, and I fell on my knees.
Let's
I started
go.
screaming at the sky.
With joy or remorse?
Both.
Okay, I conflicted.
Yeah.
Conflicted. Well, Vampiro says the boys in the back must be so happy right now. Which is
All the
yep,
boys.
all of them are cheering.
That's
They're
what Sexy Star
watching.
represents. The
Yep,
boys.
with Dario. Exactly, the boys. Which yeah, good. I'm glad we get to see this
I
match
love
again in the
killing
future.
momentum, dude. It's pretty sick, you know?
Vampiro says he wants to cry. He is so happy. So.
I could see this happening in AEW, you know? Is Pentagon just losing to a jobber randomly?
No, that'd be devastating.
It might as well happen now.
It's probably already happened, Steven. Who are we kidding? Why is Penta
Yeah.
Oscuro gone? Bring back Penta Oscuro. That was sick as fuck, okay? But Steven, we move on from that matchup to another backstage segment, okay? And Johnny Mundo, he's there in the locker room. He's working out, getting a pump on. When, out of nowhere, Alberto El Patron comes out. And if you remember, Steven, these two men have unspeakable amounts of sexual tension between them. Okay? It is clear when they are in a room together. And
Well,
Alberto.
one's pumping, you know, like pumping those irons, dude.
Exactly, and Alberto's there just kind of watching him. And then he says,
Yo.
"Are you prepping for your trios title match tonight, Johnny?" "Oh, that's right." Because Johnny doesn't have a trios title match. He's being antagonistic, Steven.
And
I
then
know.
Johnny's like, "Yo, man, shut up. You suck."
Yeah, that's essentially what it is. Johnny's just a
Yeah.
little bit offended. But then Alberto's like, "Johnny, the story of your life is that you always fall short when you reach for the brass ring."
I mean,
And then
like,
Johnny's
not
like,
wrong.
"Do you have a problem?" It's like, yeah, obviously, man, he has a problem. Like, you don't.
yeah,
you
he's
gotta
instigating
ask.
you. Come on.
Yeah, man.
Just ignore
Alberto
him.
says, "Chill out." And then that's kind of it. He tells Johnny to chill, and they go their separate ways. Johnny is just being bullied, is really what I'm realizing, which is sad.
Opportunity, you know.
Like, you wouldn't look
guy.
at a group of him and Prince Puma and think like, "Oh, these are the guys who get bullied," but they are, man.
I mean, it's
they
because
really
Johnny
are.
just can't promo that well yet, you know.
I guess.
Poor
Is that
guy.
also the problem with Prince Puma, that he is a mute?
Yeah.
No,
that
it
too
makes
probably
sense.
doesn't help him at all.
It really doesn't. It really doesn't.
You just talk
but
shit
Steven-
about him. He can't say anything back to you.
Mhm.
Makes you easy punching bag.
Easy target. Poor Prince Puma.
Yeah.
Honestly, we talk too much shit about Puma. We gotta start going in the opposite direction.
I remember
I'm
people were
lying.
like hyping up Prince Puma being awesome, and I'm watching like Lucha Underground Ryan's like, oh, okay, this guy's kind of weird.
Dude, I got a Prince Puma
Dorky.
t-shirt. I do love Prince Puma, but you're
Maybe
right.
it's because like we know about his future of being.
I think that's exactly it.
Ricochet.
We know how it turns out, but in the moment,
Yeah,
it was like,
we have a
oh,
bird's eye
this is
perspective
the
on all this.
PWG New Japan guy. You know, he can do the
Yeah, this guy
flips.
does flips on my Twitter feed. It's awesome. Pretty good.
And he had a mohawk back then too. Shit, man, he was killing it. He was killing it. It
Sick.
was before he was bald and before he started speaking. So really, there was nothing
have the
wrong
tats
with him
yet?
at the time. Yeah, he had the. What do you mean? Of course he had the tats. The fearless one.
Okay.
You don't like his tats?
That looks sick.
Yeah, I think. I can't tell if you're being facetious. I think they look
It's
sick.
like sick. I think tats look sick in general. You can't like see them and like make out what they are.
Okay, this
Like,
feels very
have you seen-
backhanded. This
Have you
compliment.
seen
Okay,
like Finn Balor's tats?
his little dinosaur.
Astronaut too.
Oh,
the
the
heel, by
astronaut
the
as
way.
well.
That guy's like a bad guy. He has like tattoos of dinosaurs and
He
astronauts.
has tattoos a
It's like-
5-year-old would give himself, is what he has. It's very good. It's very
Very
good. Let's see.
interesting.
It's time for our main event of the evening already, okay? It's
What?
time for the 3-way trios match. We already mentioned the teams earlier.
Oh my gosh.
It's Son of Havoc, Evilise, and Angelico on one corner. It's
Oh.
The Mac, Killshot, and Big Rick in another. And finally, it's King Cuerno, Cage, and Tejano in the last corner.
Oh my
There's
gosh.
still one more corner, but no one's in it. You know, it's 3 teams in this match.
No, it's a trios match with 9 people. Makes
Exactly,
sense.
exactly.
There's
It's
3
a
teams.
trios elimination match, so each team will be eliminated after
I
a
didn't
member
know
is
about
pinned.
that.
What do you mean?
I thought it'd be like a 3v3. I didn't know it'd be like 9v9, like 3v3v3.
9v9 sounds
and then
crazy. What?
elimination. Dude, that'd be insane. Like a Survivor Series match without elimination, so just one big cluster.
that's
Until it just
sick.
ends. Just
That'd be dope.
randomly.
And it's one fall to a finish too, so
Yeah,
the referees have to
exactly.
That's sick.
They keep track of everything.
They do, they do. Well, Steven, yeah, it's basically one person from every team is in the ring at a time. So at all times, there are 3 people in the ring. They can only tag out
Yeah.
to members of their own team. And yeah, if your team suffers 1 pinfall, you're eliminated. And so this is the stipulation we have. And like I mentioned, it is a ring full of 9 bad people. There isn't a good guy here. Maybe people like Son of Havoc doesn't make him a good person.
One of them.
And then we don't know that much about Killshot or the Mac, but they're hanging out with Big Rick, who we know is not a good guy. So
Maybe you're just profiling them for hanging out with Big Rick, you know? Maybe
I
they're
mean-
good guys. Maybe they do charity events, you know?
that's why I say the Mac might be good, because the Mac is just Big Rick's cousin. So he could just
He
be like
looks like
doing
a
it to help
Best
out
Buy
his family.
employee.
I
think
heard
Best
this
Buy employees are
last
pretty
week.
sick,
You're starting
you
a
know?
nasty rumor about this Mac, Steven, okay? He does not work
I
at
don't
Best
know.
Buy.
I forget who said it, but ever since someone said this guy looks like a Best Buy employee, it's in my head forever, man.
No, I understand it.
Every time I see a
understand it.
wrestler.
Yeah. Well, that's the. The thing is, the Mac doesn't look. I mean, he kind of does look like a Best Buy employee, but not that much.
Where would he
But
work
kinda
at if he
does.
wasn't a wrestler? What kind of employee would he be?
Best Buy is a good call. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Maybe a GameStop. You know, that kind of genre.
Yeah,
Um,
like a Walmart or Not
No,
quite Walmart.
not a Walmart. I don't think a supermarket. You know, I don't think Target. I don't think Walmart. I don't think an HEB.
Well, Target you have to like look a specific way to work there.
What does that mean? What is the specific way you have to look at Target, Steven?
You gotta look young. They want young people at Target.
Willie Mack was once young in his life, you know?
They want like young college students at Target to attract people there.
Okay, yeah.
That's
so
the
we
words
could,
they told me.
put some makeup on the Mac. Steven,
Yeah?
were they telling you that because you looked young, or what? What were they saying?
No. That's what the employees said. Like, hey, they only hire like young people. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Okay, but that
Maybe
works
it's for,
to
like,
your
seasonal, I
benefit,
don't know.
Steven. You still get confused for a teenager all the time.
Exactly. We still
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
So why complain? The broken system works to your benefit.
I'm not complaining.
Okay, good. Just exploit it. Simply exploit it. Steven, this match starts all bad people, as we've learned, and it starts out with Cage just falling sideways as he goes for a vertical suplex. He drops both
Pretty
people on
sick.
their heads. Yep. So good start. Good start.
Sorry, guys. Just give people like concussions immediately.
By the way, there
It
are
works,
clear
you know.
the concussions.
strategy,
Yeah,
man.
they work. They work to put your
Yeah.
opponent out of commission. You got 9 people to beat up. Hell yeah. And Steven,
Get rid of 2.
The clear good guys in this match are Son of Havoc, Evilise, and Angelico. But I thought they were just going to be cheering Son of Havoc. But we're like a minute into this match, and everyone is cheering Evilise's name. You know, it's crazy.
I didn't realize
then
they knew
gets
her name either.
That's the good
That's
point.
the thing.
She Rough Riders King Cuerno with some crazy shit, man. It's some crazy shit. Cage does an Orihara moonsault at one point. That's a big boy. He's not supposed to do that.
How?
Then, Steven, okay, listen. Davari is still at ringside, Sean Davari, the man we do not yet know.
Just there.
And Tejano accidentally bumps into him during a spot, right? But Davari gets pissed off. He will not stand for having been accidentally bumped into. And as a result, he beats the fuck out of Tejano, okay? Just
It's pretty
mercilessly
sick.
beats him.
He throws him into like a bunch of chairs, right? It's like, hey, don't touch me, dude. I go to these wrestling events, sit in the front. I don't want to get touched, okay?
Exactly. Also,
Probably
Davari
hates
is way
PWG.
hates it. Davari is way smaller than Tejano. He has no right to be manhandling him. You know, just not at
Such
all.
a weird
but he is.
way to introduce a character.
It is. It
Guy
kind of
sitting.
is. Glasses, champagne.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of cool.
Oh, we're getting
but
Butch versus Ludwig Kaiser next week.
Thanks for that news, Steven.
Isn't that exciting?
That Butch is going
Butch,
to fight Ludwig Kaiser. I mean, that sounds like a
Yeah.
good match, I won't lie. But we have more important things to focus on, like how Sean Davari throws Tejano back into the ring, only for... I don't even know what happens. This
One of them
can't be
loses, right?
Oh, Killshot pins him. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
even
he
know if
does his,
Killshot did a
stomp.
move. He did
He
do
did
the swerve
the
stomp?
stomp thingy. Yeah,
Hell
yeah. I don't know
yeah,
what it's
let's
called
go.
here. Is it just called the kill shot? Is that what it's called?
Oh, I think in Lucha
Meant to be
Underground
that.
it is called the kill shot. Yeah, on the
Yeah.
Indies he called it swerve stomp, but yeah.
Well, his name's
I
not
think-
Swerve here, so
Well, this is true. This is true. Well, then he eliminates Tejano by pinning him. Steven, Cage, King Cuerno, and Tejano are all out of here.
no,
So,
not the bad
fine.
guys.
Not
It's
the
weird because like
bad
they're
guys.
like they've been all of them been like the major villains of Lucha Underground so far, and it kind of been like downgraded to goons
mid card.
at this
Yeah,
point.
a little bit.
Like, you know, like
Goons who
in
get beat up by
Batman?
Sean Davari.
like in Batman, right? Like you have like the main villains like Two-Face and stuff, right? Like they're the main bad guy for one movie, and then the next one they're just kind of there,
Yeah,
like that.
That
They
is
get
what's
downgraded
happening.
to the side.
Who's the
Yeah.
main bad guy now? Is it Alberto? Because
Who knows the
Alberto
main
has
bad guy right
somehow
now?
Alberto was a good guy for an episode and a half, and now he is just bullying Johnny
I
Mundo.
think it's
When
because
did
they
this heel turn
realize that
happen?
the guy's just a dick.
Yeah,
You know, it's
probably.
like, oh, we can't write over this, you know? Just
But I
has
feel
to
like the
happen.
crowd is not over like cheering Alberto. You know, like they would still be willing to do it, but they
Yeah?
didn't realize he's naturally, just an asshole.
Naturally a douche
I guess so. I guess
who beats
so.
women,
Exactly.
but like in a real way, not in a fake way.
In a real way. And so,
Mm-hmm.
Steven, the crowd loves the Mac, okay? They love him, and I think that's cool that they've already made this decision after 3 matches.
This is the guy right here.
We're down to 2 teams, right? We're down to the good guys and the kind of okay guys who are maybe bad. And Vampiro says, the boys in the back have to be wondering who's gonna make history right now.
Oh my gosh, who's going to the Trios title, man?
Really tuned into the boys in the back tonight, Steven, okay? This
Who are the
Vampiro
boys?
character.
Are they like wrestlers? Are they just like stockholders?
Vampiro brought a band of like 10-year-olds to backstage to Lucha Underground, and they're all
Like,
watching
like
on a
kids
monitor.
like classroom, like, hey guys, field trip time. We're going to a wrestling event.
We're going to Boyle Heights, guys.
It's 30 Temple in the middle of like a very shady place. Awesome.
Run presumably by a drug lord, you know? It's awesome. This is really wonderful stuff. So I too am in agreement with the boys. I'm wondering who's going to win this match, who's going to make history. And very soon after, Steven, Angelico hits the Fall of the Angels on Killshot, like the razor's edge across the ring. And then
Angelico was making a comeback, right? Because the entire like second half of the match was getting shit on by Big Rick and his team. Then he just sprang back to life and won.
Yeah, and then I think did they hit like stereo moonsault, or did Angelico just win off the Fall of the Angels?
I think he just wanted the follow, man.
Yo,
Like the turnbuckle, I think.
Yeah,
maybe not. I don't remember.
Let's go. Well, yeah, we have new champions, Steven.
Yeah, and
Angelico,
the crowd's like cheering. It was sick.
Son of Havoc, Ivelisse are our first ever trios champs in Lucha Underground, and then Dario Cueto comes out,
Like,
and I'm like, you're right. And he says, I never thought the most dysfunctional team in the world would win my trios titles, but here we are.
Can't believe this team won a match I booked. That's crazy.
Crazy, and they only had 2 other opponents.
I
and
know.
Then he says, well, actually, you haven't won the trios titles yet. Because I have personally selected one more team to enter this tournament, and you are going to fight them right now. Which makes sense because there's 11 minutes left in the episode.
They gotta fill up time somehow, you know.
They do. And Steven,
Something like a big promo at the end.
as soon as Dario said this, I got so excited. I shit
knew.
myself. I said, "Holy shit!"
Dude.
I'm
You started
pumped.
clapping. Like, yes, I got this
clapping.
reference. This is awesome.
I know where this is going. It can only be going in one way, Steven.
Dude, you
I
know
am
that one scene
prepared.
from Endgame where all the Avengers come out, right? It's like
Isn't
that.
the movie
That's how I
called The
felt.
Avengers?
What? No, it's Avengers Endgame. That's what it's
Exactly. So
'Cause it's the
aren't there a
Endgame.
lot of moments when all the Avengers come out?
called. No, because in this movie specifically, all of them died, right? Or like half the team died.
Okay.
And they come out of portals and like, hey,
God rest their souls.
like Avengers symbol, right? And that's like the first time he said this line ever in movie history.
Yo.
And then everyone started clapping when they saw Spider-Man coming out, right? That's how I
Let's
felt.
go.
Okay.
This is how you felt
Mr.
as.
Cisco is my Spider-Man, guys.
Let's go! Emerging from the
Alright.
top of the temple, it's the crew. They're back, baby, okay? They've been gone
They got
for
a new
weeks.
attire. One of them has like a face mask now. It's sick.
Hell yeah, nowhere to be seen since the trios
I don't know who that
tournament
one
started.
is, but it's one of them.
One of them, either Bale or Cortez or Mr. Cisco. We don't care. We just care that the crew is back and they are here to claim their rightful ownership to those trios championships. Steven,
And immediately
okay?
they knew what to do. They started shitting on Ivelisse. It was awesome.
Hell yeah.
She was injured in this match with her knee, kind of like CM Punk right now, or Peter Griffin Family Guy, where her knee's like messed up, right?
No.
So they knew this woman right here is both a woman and injured. So let's focus on her the entire
She's
match.
the weak link. She is the weak link, and the crew is smart enough to capitalize on it. They too are equal opportunity sacrificers, to use the wording from earlier. And Vampiro says the crew has been hurting people since kindergarten, which
Yeah.
is true. I witnessed it with my own eyes, man.
Did
It's
he
awesome.
completed high school?
Well, do you want some spoilers about Lucha Underground lore?
Wait, is one of them like a scholar?
Do you want
There's no
some
way, right?
spoilers about Lucha Underground lore?
Is it a
We'll
major
get to
spoiler?
it. We'll get to it.
Is it gonna hurt me?
I don't feel comfortable.
How
I
many
think it'll
weeks
be
from now is it gonna be until you learn this?
seasons down the line. Okay, seasons.
I'm probably gonna forget about this when it happens.
It will be worth the payoff, Steven. Okay, if I
This is a
don't tell
long-term
you.
booking right here.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Well, also too, did you see the part where Bale just starts eating Ivelisse's face, like just biting her? Cause that was
Pretty
sick as hell. You know.
I like these biting spots where it looks really awkward because they just like go right in front of their face.
Exactly. I want you to remember that.
It never
moment,
looks
too.
good. It never looks good at
No,
all.
it
These
never looks
biting
like you're
spots.
biting them.
I hate these fighting spots. Why do they do it?
For the
It's so
sake of
stupid.
long-term storytelling, Steven, I need you to remember
Yeah.
that moment too. I need you to
Fighting?
remember the college
Okay.
or the high school education. I need you to remember face biting from Bale.
All right, I need
These
to
are
remember my
important
phone.
things.
How many
Okay.
weeks from now to put this
Good.
on my calendar?
Bale's a bit sooner. We might need that callback, okay?
Good.
Which, by the way, did you see the sloppiest suplex ever hit ever? It's worse than Brian Cage's earlier, okay? Because Mr. Cisco,
dude.
Mr. Cisco is on the barricade, like on the metal rail in the temple, like by the fans, and he lifts up Son of Havoc. He's about to suplex him off the barricade.
Goes limp.
He falls or some shit and smashes Son of Havoc's head into the side of the barricade and drops him. Like,
A lot of head smashing this match.
dude, it was brutal. But honestly, good on Mr. Cisco trying to maim his opponents. I appreciate it.
One of the crew just brings in Helico right up to like the office on top of it.
Yeah.
Just beating him up there. And he's like, all right, I'm leaving. You're injured. Peace, y'all.
Yeah,
And he
take him
leaves.
far away from the ring so he can't break up any pins. It's smart, Steven.
And then the
It is
camera starts
smart.
panning out, right? So like the members of, I don't know what the team is called, and Helico's team, right? And you see
We
Listen
need a
Rich
name
getting
for them.
Beat up by men. You know, you see Son of Havoc, he's down. You pan out and Helico, he just looks annoyed. Like he doesn't really seem injured. He's like, oh, it's kind of sucks.
Yeah, he's just kind of like, what the fuck, dude? How do I get back down? This is scary, is
Like,
what he says.
too high, man.
Yeah.
I need my mom. Come on.
Exactly.
Pick me
Did
up,
you
Mom.
like before the spot that you're about to talk about happened, Steven? Did you see the spot where Son of Havoc recovers from being dropped on his head? And then he's shooting star presses off the same barricade he was dropped on, but he uses a man in the head in the crowd with their bald head to balance himself. That was sick. Okay.
Are those
That was
plants?
awesome.
You think that was a plant?
No, I don't think so. I do
No?
not think so. He looked like a wrestling
Then-
fan.
But then Evilise just keeps getting shit on, right? Because her leg, it just
No.
ran out. It's like Rey Mysterio's leg, you know? It's just not that great right now.
His knee.
Then two of the boys or the crew come out, right? They're like, oh yes, we did it. We're stalling time for something. Something's gonna happen eventually. They're just walking around the ring, right? But then, out of the blue, from the top,
From the
Ceiling?
heavens.
yeah, heavens, top of the
Yeah,
office.
just get
And-
to it, Steven.
And Helico just jumps like 10 feet to the ring. It was crazy.
Let's go. This spot was
I
sick
watched
as
it like
fuck.
10.25 speed, so it just happened. It was like a
Yo.
bullet. It was
Just
crazy.
a blur across the screen. He leaps from the
I was
top
like, what
of
the fuck
Dario's
is happening,
temple
dude?
and just fucks up the crew, okay? This is crazy as shit. He saves Evilise from her impending doom. Evilise gets a kendo stick out and she starts to fuck everyone up with it, Steven. And then we see stereo shooting star presses from Son of Havoc and from Angelico.
How does a stomp? Doesn't
Oh,
really-
he does the coup de grace. You're right.
He
He does the coup de grace.
yeah. Or what Swerve does, but on their side. When they're
he
laying
does the
down.
kill shot. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And Steven, I can't even cover this next part. You take
They
it.
win.
I
Wow, it's crazy, you know.
the crew lost.
The crew, despite the advantages of beating up a woman who's injured, two people who are really tired and tucked out and probably concussed from 2 headshots. The crew, they just got too confident, you know. Their hubris, their Achilles heels for this match of being cocky cocks.
And it's
just
not
got
like
to
they
them.
were even that much of cocky cocks, Steven, because like they were using some shitty tactics. They were biting people, dropping people on their heads, you know? They were pulling out all the stops. There were no
Dragging
punches
them
held.
to the roof of the
I think-
office.
All that we've learned here is that there must be some fucking backstage politicking going on against the crew, okay? I think they might have
Maybe.
heat backstage because there's no reason that 3 men of this stature who really have contributed more than anyone else to this company are being treated so poorly, okay? I think it might be Alberto's fault.
Maybe
I
CM Punk's here, you know, backstage, Lucha Underground.
that, too.
He's the
It
CEO.
could be that.
It's like, hey, these guys, I don't like them. Out
Shit,
with
do you
them.
think it's Sexy Star? Is Sexy Star the CM Punk of Lucha Underground?
You
No.
think she has power like that? You think Sexy Star can be like, yo, if you don't do this shit, I'm quitting, guys, okay?
Damn
if you
it.
don't put me over Pentagon Jr., I'm gonna quit.
If you don't put me over Pentagon and bury the crew tonight, you've lost your top star. Okay? I think that's what happened.
It's like the dad from Back to the Future. You can't have Back to the Future without me, the dad, okay? And then they made
Precisely.
2 more movies
Oh,
of Back to the Future.
Without the
without
dad.
the dad.
Fuck.
They just
Damn
replaced
it.
him with another actor.
Shit. That is so sad.
They could
We'll
also
see.
just replace Sexy Star, you know? Just get a person with a mask.
Hell yeah! Put like I don't know. Put
Just send
Superfly
Carter.
under there. Yeah, man. Yeah. The winners celebrate, by the way. Son of Havoc, Evil East, and Helico. And again, we need a goddamn name for them, okay? Because I'm not gonna say Son of Havoc, Evil East, and Helico all the time. And what's really fucked up is that they are champions, and even now, I don't think we ever get a name for them, Steven. So can you
No.
please name them? Yeah.
Sun Angel V.
Sun
Sun Angel
Angel
V.
5?
Sun Angel 5?
Sun
It's
Angel 5.
5 angels. 5 suns. 5
This
suns.
is an AEW gimmick. What do you mean, Alan 5
No.
Angels? Yeah, man. We can't do this
Bruh.
shit. Dude. Okay,
I
so
don't
the
know,
Dark
man.
Order won.
On the
The new
back
trios
roads?
champions.
I don't
And
Happy ending.
Why happy ending?
It's a good ending for them, you know? All three of them.
They were all
won
formed
the
via
title.
a cuck angle. Can we call them cuck angle?
The Cucks?
The
young
well, they're not
cucks?
all cucks. Just Son of Havoc is the cuck here. You know, it'd be wrong to call them all cucks.
Cuck
you
and the
know?
friends?
Cuck and the woman
the
abuser.
cucker and the cucked.
Okay. The triple C's? I don't know, Steven.
The three
we'll figure it
C's.
out.
That's what we call
The
them.
three C's.
'cause
The
they can also
three
mean
C's.
yes, like in
oh
Spanish.
my God. You're right. The three C's
There you
win
go.
the match.
Three
All you know,
Cs.
all three of these Spanish competitors. And they're celebrating. And Matt Striker won't shut the fuck up at the end of this episode. He talks for
and
like 5
Helico,
minutes straight.
this guy came in this company. He was a jobber. Now he's champion. Son of Havoc, same thing. Now he's champion. Evilise, just a
Well,
bitch.
she's
She's champion.
Vampiro cut him off. She's a bitch. So true. So true. So
Yeah,
yes, Steven,
that's
that's,
a-
where we are.
Happy ending. We don't usually get these, you know? It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, not happy ending
Except we
for us.
do.
I would have preferred the crew one, but it's fine. It's fine.
Honestly, I
I-
thought the crew should have won, you know?
I did too, but I will
Epic.
say, regardless of that result, and regardless even of the Sexy Star result, I really enjoyed this episode of Lucha Underground, which I
Yeah, it's a
have
fun
not
episode.
been able to say for a while. But I had
I
fun
like the
watching this
trios
one.
match a lot. I thought both of them were fun, you know?
Yeah.
One was more fun than the other. First match kind of sucked, though.
It was
I'm
very
not quite
fast
sure if it was
paced.
it might be either
like?
the match result, you know? I think that kind of egged on me. Because I feel like sometimes
No,
in
it
wrestling, you have a good
egged on
match, right?
you.
And then you have like a bad ending. It's like, oh,
Yeah, it
this
can
match kind
take
of
the
sucks
air out
now,
of it.
man.
A
Yeah.
little bit. A little bit. Is
Because
that how you feel about
wrestling, the
Hangman
only
Page
spots that
versus
matter
Punk?
are the entrance and the ending. Nothing else in
Honestly.
between.
Exactly.
Let's
Steven.
be honest, guys.
Exactly. Well, we are coming to the end of our recap from what episode is this? Episode 24 of Lucha Underground. Again, Trios Champions is the title, aptly named April 22nd, 2015. And I think it's about time for us to get to
How would
what
you
else
rate
happened.
this lore episode on the lore meter for lore?
I think we got some good lore with the Black Lotus stuff. I think we got some good lore with the sexual tension between Alberto and Johnny.
Yeah.
I love that the boys in the back are really just talking to Vampiro. Oh, Steven,
Who
I
are the
forgot.
boys?
I forgot. When the crew was announced to be fighting for the Trios Championships, when Dario was like,
Yeah?
hold on, you guys have one more match. Vampiro says, what kind of message does this booking send to the boys in the back? With 3 times this episode, he mentions the boys in the back and what they think, which good
Which
for the
boys
boys
are in the
okay?
back right now, guys?
Which
Which
boys?
backstage boy?
That's
or
the one
Backstreet
part of
Boy?
lore I need to know more about, Steven, okay? Who are the boys? Where are they? What has been done with them?
Are they
and
all
then
boys,
otherwise,
or are there like women in this group, or girls?
they're all boys, as
Yeah,
per the name.
all men?
As per the name, yeah,
Big
yeah.
party? Maybe.
Well, I was picturing children, so I wouldn't have called it that. But
No.
you know, maybe they're men. You're right. Maybe they are men. So, Steven, I think well, I guess I'll ask you in return. How do you rate the lore of this episode?
Pretty low on the lore scale. I'm gonna be
Low
honest.
on the lore scale.
We didn't know
Shoot.
much about the lore here. It's just matches.
Yeah. No, we got.
We know about the
lore.
boys in the back. I guess that's lore.
Boys in the back, sexual tension, Sexy Star beat Pentagon Jr., meaning she's better than him.
Our
And-
first match is won clean, by the way. If
We learned that Sexy Star is the biggest star in all of Lucha Underground, and she can politic her way. She politicked against the Crew and Pentagon. So this was
She's
very
like
lore
CM
heavy.
Punk of AEW, but for Lucha Underground, guys.
Yeah, this is a very lore heavy episode. I disagree with your rating.
Who is
But
the Colt Cabana
who
of
is the Colt
AEW
Cabana
that
who
Sexy
got
Star
fucked?
screwed over? Was it
Who's her-
Superfly? Imagine
Oh,
it's Superfly.
It could be Superfly, or it could be Ray Phoenix, because she and Ray Phoenix are good friends right now. So maybe
Isn't
down
it
the
crazy
line.
how like Colt Cabana just disappeared from the Jobber group? Like he got kicked out of the group made for Jobbers.
Honestly, man, I don't feel bad because I don't know the
No.
story, obviously, but the fact that you would sue your best friend, regardless of if they promised you money, is such a dick thing. You know, I don't care
Yeah.
who you are. You're suing your best friend. That's a cock move, and of course you're not going to be friends after that. So, like, oh,
Man,
that's
I
on
can't
him.
believe the guy sued isn't my friends anymore. That really sucks.
I know. Like, I don't know. I don't know what he was expecting, man. I don't know. But either way, that was Lucha Underground. We got to talk about what else happened during the week of April 22nd, 2015. Are you ready, Steven?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Hey man, welcome back to this week in the lore of history of wrestling of the week of April 22nd,
Of?
2015.
You're so good, Steven. You're such an amazing co-host.
Did you get it? Did I get it? Did I get
Yeah,
it?
you got it. Hell
Let's
yeah,
go,
you did.
dude. Just guess
Hell
on top
yeah,
of my
you did.
head, dude.
So now
This is
tell us what
epic.
happened.
Okay, so this week, right? I was at school, right? I was probably playing like Pokemon.
Oh, no, I meant in wrestling. What happened?
Oh, and wrestling. So Raw happened last night. You know that was
No.
pretty exciting, dude.
Well, not
No?
last night.
last night.
Lucha Underground airs on Wednesdays. I'm not sure if you know. It runs against NXT, Steven.
Oh my!
Yeah, the first Wednesday
Is
night.
that why it got
Wars.
mobbed in the views?
Well, Lucha Underground never did quite well, unfortunately. I
Oh.
don't know if they ever broke 200. I hope they did, but I don't know if they
Hey?
did. Yeah, 200K.
Dang.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate.
Yikes.
But either way, so what was real Steven doing aside from wrestling? What were you doing in your life?
All right, let's see. April. I feel like some game would come out in April, right? April's a pretty game month, you know, of the year. I don't know what game would come out.
I don't know, man.
Maybe.
April
I don't know.
2015 releases. Who gives a shit? I know who. I know a release that happened in April
What happened?
2015, though, Steven. Okay.
Who got released?
Just last
what
week
got
we were
released?
talking about Total Nonstop Action, about Impact Wrestling, right?
Were
And how-
we?
Yeah, we were talking about how paychecks are starting to bounce. You know.
Oh my Taz.
There's a
He's
lot
like,
of
oh,
drama.
I'm out. Guys,
Exactly.
poof.
Taz no-showed. Taz no-showed, Steven. That was the announcer you were thinking of. And this week he has officially departed TNA. He is no longer there. After 5 years,
Officially.
he's left. He made it very clear it was about paychecks. But Dixie Carter still went on Twitter and said, "Thank you, Taz. We'll miss you."
Thanks, Taz.
but
Thanks
I don't think
for
he-
leaving.
He cared so much about them.
That's like,
which is
man, I
unfortunate.
wasted like a whole 5 years of my life in this shitty company.
Exactly.
It's like,
dude,
Mr. Kennedy said on an interview once.
did he say that? That's so sad. I didn't know that.
There was like
Taz
an
was there
interview
for that
where
long.
like he was like, hey, Mr. Kennedy, you know you never won the world title in the WWE, but how do you feel about the world titles in TNA? Did they feel the same feelings?
Yes.
And Mr. Kennedy's like, no.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's sad. That's someone should ask AJ Styles that question. Like I'm
Yeah.
legitimately curious what he
AJ,
thinks,
what
you know?
title is equivalent to your TNA heavyweight run
Ooh.
on the WWE?
I don't know what that.
Like,
I think AJ Styles would look at you very confused if you
Like,
asked him that question, Steve. I'm gonna be honest.
Which title gave the same feeling? You know, like yes, this is about the equivalency of my TNA run.
I think he would still look at you pretty confused, but he'd try to answer it at this point.
Like, well, you see, the world, it may be flat, right?
Okay, so it sounded like you were
But-
doing an Obama impression at first.
No.
I don't hear the country accent. This is really your interview
No.
with AJ is falling apart, Steven, okay?
No,
Just
I
ask
can't
him about the
believe it.
gay community and call it a day. Okay, that's all we need.
AJ, how do you feel about gay people?
Your large following in the gay community.
How do you feel about your son, AJ? What if he was gay? How would you react?
Yo, he would actually be pissed, wouldn't he?
Oh my
right?
gosh, so
Like, I'm pretty
mean.
sure he would not be happy about that.
Wow. What was
I
his
don't mean
daughter?
to speak for AJ. I don't mean to speak for AJ. I think he'd be okay with a gay daughter. You know?
Yeah.
I think he'd be fine. Yeah.
I saw his shirt. His son was wearing like a shirt that said "Virginity Rocks" on like one of his mixer streams. I thought it was pretty funny.
Do you think AJ got it for him?
I don't know what that means. Virginity Rocks. I think it's like a YouTube thing. I don't. I'm not. I'm not hip with the kids, man.
Is it? Okay.
Might be.
What's
Yeah.
it? Because AJ had his kids and he like married his girlfriend. He married his Wendy when he was in high school, I think, or like right out of high school. You know, so
So
he was
married, it's
fucking,
crazy.
man. Okay. Do you think he was abstinent? Because I don't think he was.
Yeah, he married pretty young, right?
Or is that why he married so young? He couldn't wait to get his dick out. You know, I get that.
Makes
I get
sense,
that.
you know.
It does.
Like high schoolers and they get married after one football game. It's crazy.
Now you are also waiting till marriage, correct, Steven?
I am. How did you
Oh
know?
wow! I
know.
had a feeling. Have
Have you seen like the Supergirl like TV show? Where it's like, oh man, I'm a really hot girl, but I can't have sex, man. This stinks. So what happened this week, man?
John Cena started using the springboard stunner, so that's cool.
Whoa! I remember people were like excited, like, "Yo, John Cena's awesome, guys! He's adding new things to his moveset now. He has 6 moves now, guys. Funny joke, haha! He's 6 moves now. Isn't that cool?"
That's cool. Wait, why is that a joke?
The 5 moves of Doom. And people are like, "Oh, John Cena has 5 moves, guys. He's only got 5 moves, man." Every Cena
Is
match
that
is
really
the
what
same.
it is? Am I a dumbass? I
Yeah, that's
thought
the
the
whole
whole
thing.
5 moves of Doom is he hits 5 in a row, and that's like the finish of the match. I
That's
didn't
all the
realize it was
moves he's
like
done in the match.
biting
'Cause
commentary.
The whole thing back then with like wrestling critics online was like, hey,
Yeah.
every John Cena match is the same. He gets beat up for like 10 minutes and then he wins a fight moves, guys, which hasn't been a thing for like years at this point, I feel like.
Yeah. That's a,
Yeah.
I honestly, I wasn't tapped in, I guess, to the IWC, Steven.
What?
I thought the 5 moves of Doom was like a legit thing that Cena like used, right? Like that was like a term that he used.
I remember
guess not.
when you could do it in like the video games, it was pretty sick though. And they made it shit because it was like a quick time event.
Yeah, no, I
That
know.
was very fun.
I'm aware. Well, Stone Cold was interviewed about him using the springboard stunner, and they were asked, or he was asked rather, his feelings on it all. And he says that he wishes it would have been John Cena's finisher. He says that it kind of sucks that it's like a transitional move for Cena, and that they used it at WrestleMania, and that Rusev kicked out of it because now it has no value. Which,
Dude,
poor Stone Cold.
we're Stone Cold, man. Every wrestler is the stunner, you know?
Yeah, also, like, it's a high-risk move
Yeah.
for Cena. Cena looks like shit every time he hits that springboard stunner. He's never
He lands
done
on his
it
ass,
well.
you know, that's not good for his ass, man.
It's also
like think
true.
about like Hulk Hogan, his ass is like destroyed, and he does it from like his height. Imagine
Dude, I don't.
springboarding
I'm
into
gonna
that.
be honest. I don't think about Hulk Hogan's destroyed ass a whole lot, but I'm glad that you do, man.
Matt Hardy's destroyed ass. Okay, think about that.
No,
one.
I do think about Matt Hardy's destroyed ass quite a bit. I
Poor guy
cannot
lost an
lie.
action figure, man. Not like the good ones, like the $10 ones. Poor guy,
He's
man.
still out here every week. Would you say Jeff Hardy's ass is destroyed, or is his entire body just
He can
destroyed?
still walk, right?
I mean, he waddles a little bit. You know,
Like an
he's
elite
clearly
figure,
in pain.
articulation-wise, you know.
Yeah. He doesn't walk like an elite figure. He walks like those Jax ones, Steven, okay, where their legs are bowed out
Really
like
big
this,
guy.
okay? And they go like this, the legs, okay? Yeah.
Little waddles.
Jeff Hardy is a Jax action figure, precisely. So that was the major news I had from 2015. There's other stories, I
That was
guess.
it?
No, there's other stuff like Sonata.
What was the TNA one? We never got to
Well,
that, by the way. The
yeah,
TNA one.
Taz left. Taz is officially gone.
Oh, was that it?
Last week
Oh, I
he
thought that was last
no-showed.
week.
Last week he no-showed. This week
This
he's
week got
officially left the
fired.
company. I think
Okay.
he decided he's leaving. You know, this was not a CM Punk
Aw.
situation, or was a CM. I don't know. Maybe it was exactly like a CM Punk situation. Maybe Taz is the CM Punk of Impact, even. We don't know.
Maybe.
But
Was that AJ Styles? Because he left because of the baby angle.
shoot, I don't know, man.
Because he
I
didn't
don't
want that. He was absent, you know. He was a Christian man. He's like, oh, I can't be your daddy. I'm married already, dude. Sorry, when.
Sorry,
What-
Wendy?
Was it
Did he
Dixie?
apologize to his shoot wife? I can't be a father anymore. No.
I'm sorry, Wendy. I gotta leave
Poor
now. You know.
Wendy to
Leave
be
all
with
the kids, all
Dixie.
20 of my kids. You know.
Shit, man, shit.
I'm
I
gonna
would
start learning
also
now.
leave for Dixie. She's the daughter of these oil barons. She has so much money. I would marry her in a heartbeat. Oh my god.
I
But
would
Steven,
also marry her for money.
more TNA news if you want to get back to it. Sonata has officially left TNA as well, which...
Who?
Okay, I was gonna ask, do you know who Sonata even is? Because
Maybe.
I was surprised that Sonata even worked for TNA. I honestly didn't know that.
Dude,
but apparently,
honestly, at this point, anyone works for TNA, you know? It's like,
I guess, yeah. But basically, he's
Moose?
a Japanese wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
Who Moose is synonymous with TNA for me at
Okada?
this point, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is more the
Hardy's
Okada
New
realm.
Japan run?
Because Sonata is now in New Japan, right? Sonata is
Yeah.
part of Los Ingobernables de Japón. He was Evil's tag team partner for forever. But what's really fucked up is I started watching TNA, or not TNA, sorry. I started watching New Japan
Watch
in like
TNA,
2016. I never in
Yeah.
my life. And apparently that is right when Sonata joined the company, but I didn't know that. So when I started watching, Sonata was already there. So I was like, oh, this is a New Japan guy. Not realizing he showed up the same time I did, you know? And so... yeah, I had no clues in TNA, but that's kind of cool. Apparently, he tried out for New Japan's, like, to be like a young
young
boy for
lion.
them in like 01, and he was denied. And then he went to like All Japan,
And that
then he
sucks.
went to
Getting
America.
denied to be like a laundry boy at that point.
I mean, he proved them
sense.
wrong. They fucking hired him 20 years later, you know, 15 years later. So it's okay.
A bit.
It makes sense. It does. He used to
Ain't
be
young
so
anymore.
handsome too, but now he like he dyes his mohawk and beard gray, and he looks real fucked up, man. It's terrible. It's a terrible look. But
Owning
either
the
way,
look.
no
what he's
longer
doing.
in TNA. Devastating.
no.
I'm hurt by it. Also, The Miz and Paige are no longer on WWE television. They were written off
What?
in preparation of filming
Together?
Santa's Little Helper. Together, Steven. They,
Oh my
they were going to
gosh.
film Santa's Little Helper together. It's
Yo, that
so
movie's
sad.
sick, dude.
You think so?
Yeah, I remember
because
that movie.
Paige was written off TV by a heel turn, actually, from Naomi. Naomi turned bad guy
Naomi was
on
heel?
Paige. I don't remember it either, okay?
What?
Yeah, dude, no fucking clue.
Can
But
you name
apparently
like
she...
one Naomi run? Like ever?
Funkadactyls. Getting kicked off of WrestleMania with the Funkadactyls.
Huh?
There was that one WrestleMania in Florida where she won the SmackDown Women's title.
I remember that one.
Yeah,
I remember she always returns in the Royal Rumble.
that's also true. That's also true. And
Yeah.
so I think this is Naomi's last character before the Field of Glow, because she does all the
Oh.
glow stuff when SmackDown goes to
That's like a
live on
very
Tuesdays.
very nice entrance to watch, right? Like for faces, all the glow stuff. It looks
Sure.
cool.
Hey guys,
The arena.
as much as Naomi
The
was very
thing.
nice to me in person when I met her during WrestleMania, she was lovely. Shouts out.
She probably smells good.
I've never been into Naomi. I think her entrances always kind of suck.
Does she smell
I think-
bad? Do you think?
Glow. I didn't take too much account of how she smelled in the moment. You know,
Okay.
if I could go back in time, I'd
whiff?
sniff her just so I could help you out in this moment, Steven. But it was the concourse of a wrestling show. It did not smell pleasant, just in the atmosphere, you know?
I don't know, man. That PWG show, man. I feel like those would smell, you know? Oh,
Well, obviously, they didn't have AC for like the first 15 years, man.
oh my god, how do you go to those and like?
Dude,
So
I don't know, in the
clean.
summer and shit, it's crazy. I don't.
All that
I would still
body
love
oil.
to go to PWG. That'd be sick as hell. Like to
That'd
go
be
when
the
they were back
smell.
in Reseda. That'd be sick.
Gotta wear a mask for that to get rid of the smell, you know?
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
That's
Also,
also acceptable,
I think
yeah.
you really mistake the type of fan that was at those Reseda shows in PWG, Steven. You forget that PWG is in California. It's all hipsters that went to that show. You know, it's
Oh,
not
makes
gross
sense.
wrestling fans. It's all hipsters and celebrities and a couple gross wrestling fans. And Dave Meltzer. You know?
So like there are like certain parts of the crowd where you walk, it's like, oh, just hits.
Yeah,
you know,
there's a
this-
stench
this
in like a
odor.
certain corner, and you avoid
like going to
that.
a convention, you know. This is certain parts. It's like a radius of like one guy. That
Yeah.
just hits you. It's just wow, it's in your face. Like, oh, this sucks. Let me move.
Precisely. But did you watch, by the way, Santa's Little Helper when it came out? To get back to the
No.
more important topic.
Did you watch it?
I did. I was on
was
vacation.
it?
It was Thanksgiving break in North Carolina, and it sucked, man. Even as a
What?
15-year-old, I
How?
realized this sucks. I just
Was this when you
well,
realized movies could suck?
Maybe I was self-conscious, okay, because I watched it with my extended family because we were at my aunt and
Right.
uncle's house, so we watched it with them and my cousin who I thought was cool, and like it was a bad movie. It was horrible.
Was this
on
like
all
your
fronts.
first experience of a bad movie, like ever? Because I think mine was
Surely
like
not.
one of the Star Wars movies. I think it was Star Wars Episode 7, or no, it was 8. When Episode 8 came out for Star Wars, like I came out right, and I felt like emotionless, and that was like my first time ever experiencing a movie I didn't like. Cause I knew bad movies existed, right?
Yeah.
But like I don't watch them, you know? Cause like, oh, I know it's bad, so I'm not gonna watch it.
Uh-huh.
But when you're genuinely excited for a movie, you watch it and it's like not good. It just kind of like
Yeah.
makes you hate your life for like
Maybe
2
that's
hours.
the
So it's
problem.
like,
I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
been genuinely excited for a movie. You know?
oh, maybe.
Like
maybe.
aside from like The Disaster Artist, there's no movie I've ever like
I almost raised it.
anticipated
I
and
like
been like
that.
I gotta go see it. I gotta go see it. You know?
I missed end credits for that movie though. I didn't know there were end credit scenes for that.
No,
I'm really
you
sad I missed it.
fool. You fucking
It's an
idiot,
A24
Steven.
movie, you know? I didn't know that had Marvel end credits. It's too artsy for me, man.
Ridiculous.
All those famous
Steven.
actors, just too indie for me.
Ridiculous. Well, either way, I don't know, man. I don't give a shit about movies. They're all bad. That's my stance. All movies bad. Official.
All movies are
lore.
bad. I only watch good movies, like The Wrestler.
Like the rest. I'll be honest. Maybe the one experience I had with being like disappointed by a movie was watching The Room, because like the original Room, Tommy Wiseau's The Room, because I had so many Tommy interviews I had watched. I knew all the lore behind it, everything like that, right? So like I was.
You know what's crazy about The Room? I knew about it since the 5th grade because I watched like some guy review it.
Oh my
Like,
god,
oh,
you're
that's
so
funny.
cool.
And then in high school, my freshman year, I bought it for my English teacher right for her birthday. And she's like, Steven, why'd you buy me this movie?
Yeah,
I don't know if she's watched it or not.
There are 2 sex scenes in this movie, Steven. And then you could correct her and say, no, miss, there's 1 sex scene, they just play it twice.
No, miss.
So-
They don't have sex, guys, okay? It's like one part.
That's also true. That's also true. There is a sock, which is an important part of the scene.
He doesn't put the cock in her, guys. He wanted to, doesn't.
You're explaining this in front of your class. Class started 2 minutes ago, and you're still
Yeah,
explaining.
I remembered in one of the classes for high school, right? We were in, like, hey, JC, you ever seen The Room? And you told me, Steven, you just learned about this movie like 2 weeks ago.
I
still
don't
in my
think so,
head
because I
that
went
you
to
caught me
learn
out
about
for
it
this.
until, what was it? Shit. I went to learn about it for a while in high school. I think it was probably sophomore year. You know,
Yeah, that's fine.
but even still,
I think it was
even
probably like some like interview, like Sam Roberts or something, like one of them.
Oh yeah, he
One of those
interviewed him in
people.
like 2014, and then I watched that.
Yeah, I
interview
think you
after the
watched
fact.
that, and then you projected onto me about not knowing this dude because I watched Sam Roberts back then, apparently.
But
in your
yeah,
head.
I didn't
don't.
watch the actual movie until like 2016. Then like the actual Room, but I was
By yourself,
so
or,
hyped up
like-
in my head. Yeah, I just watched it by myself.
Why would you watch it by
And
yourself?
Because I wanted to see it
Oh.
before I read the Disaster Artist book, and before I saw
Ugh.
the Disaster Artist movie, and so I watched it, and I was thinking like, oh, it's gonna be bad, haha. I wasn't prepared for like how unironically
It's
bad
just boring.
it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just boring.
like
'Cause it airs, they air it like for a couple years on Adult Swim every April Fools, right?
mhm.
But that's when I watched it. I was like, oh, kind of not good.
How'd they get away with that? The sex scenes. There's no way.
I don't know. I was like 10 or like
Oh,
9 at the time. I
cool.
don't remember
So you
that.
just okay. It was allowed back then.
Might have. Maybe they cut it to like commercial. I don't know.
This is not a Room podcast. I apologize, guys. This is this is a TV and media podcast. We're not a wrestling podcast. So this is the most appropriate conversation we could be having.
We don't like wrestling, but we like The Room.
Exactly. We got to talk about April of 2015, Stephen, because also happening during this time, aside from just Santa's Little Helper beginning filming, is casting for Tough Enough has opened. Okay?
Oh.
Casting for the season of Tough Enough, where we eventually get Sarah Lee, the Yeti, Patrick Clark, Chelsea Green, Daria Baronato, Mandy Rose.
I like watching all these like audition videos from people who are wrestlers now that you know, like MJF and Johnny Silver.
Yeah, let's go.
So weird, you know.
Sick as hell.
And in the
sick
comments,
as
of course,
hell.
everyone's like, "Oh man, W really missed out on Johnny Silver, guys. They really missed out on this guy. He's a big star in AEW, man. You know."
It's true. It's true. MJF on that show would have been very entertaining because in real life I believe he is kind of an asshole. You know, maybe I am just a mark, but I think
Was he like a child actor, or was that he was just on the news as a child,
he was
like
just
some talk show?
he was on Wendy Williams. Was that not Wendy Williams? Shit, I forget that lady's
Okay,
name.
so it's on like an ominous
She's large and
type
Italian.
situation.
Do you know
what
Rosario
almost he is?
Dawson?
Rosario Dawson?
It's probably not Rosario Dawson. I don't know who the fuck that lady is. I forget.
One lady.
But he sang opera. But I don't think he was an actor. No, he was a little kid singing opera. Good for him.
Wow.
Shit, what was that lady's name? I don't know, man. Shit. No, it wasn't Oprah Winfrey. You idiot. You fool. Either way, casting for Tough Enough is open. Triple H put out a video being like, "Hey guys, submit your videos. Are you tough enough?
Submit your videos.
But they
I'll
said
probably hire one of you.
They were going to cast 10 men and 5 women. And I was thinking, that makes no sense. I feel like there was an even number of men and women when I watched it. And so then I looked up the cast, and there were 7 men and 7 women on the actual show. Why did they lie?
Maybe they want to like plans for their show, you know, like, oh yeah, we're gonna hire this guy for a contract, but let's put him on the reality TV show first. Let's do that, guys. Okay.
You think that's what they did?
All right, Big Zeke, is that his name? Who's the Big Z? ZZ? That guy's the plan. Okay, they knew he was gonna be like the star of the show.
Yo,
all right.
Absolutely. Well, because it's like the fans were the ones voting, weren't they, or were the judges?
It's not a good idea, by the way, to have your fans vote on a reality TV show for the guys to survive.
I think what it was, if I remember correctly, I think the judges voted on who went home, but the fans could save one person each week.
That's so lame. So was it always ZZ and Sarah Lee just getting saved?
Essentially, yeah. It was
because like Sarah Lee was hot, right? And that's why people liked her. And then
I liked her for her personality.
Right.
She seemed nice. And I mean, honestly, she was the nicest girl on that show aside from Gigi. Gigi and Sarah Lee.
That's all she had, though. She was just a girl. She was just kind of there, you know.
I mean, yeah.
Thing. Yeah.
No, but what did the other girls
think she got called a ring rat. That was pretty cool.
By Mandy. That did happen. That did happen.
Like, yo, you thought, Tiana, all right? You have this nice girl, neighborhood girl kind of persona. No, you're a ring rat, all right? And then Paige's like, oh, shit. And then Miss like, what the fuck? You can't see it on TV. And Daniel Bryan's like, oh shit, this kind of cool, man. I used to know about ring rats back in my Ring of Honor days, man. I want to learn more about this.
That's pretty sick.
I was really interested for some reason. This Daniel Bryan, man.
Daniel Bryan's fucking awesome, dude. Did you see how he came out in an interview? I don't know if I already brought this up on a past current event segment, but Bryan Danielson, he did an interview. It might have been even the Renee one that they did at StarCast, where he said that he was actively, during Talking Smack, when it was the era of him and Renee hosting, he was actively trying to get himself fired. Like, that's why he was saying such outrageous shit.
It was crazy. So, insane.
But I loved it. That's peak wrestling for me.
How do you think he felt when he almost cried during the Miz promo? We got like shat on completely.
Yo, I hope he appreciates it now. I hope he appreciates it now and how like special of a moment that was. Yeah.
I like how the Miz got over with people online because he made a grown man cry on TV.
Hell yeah.
Like a beloved like indie darling wrestler, right? Who's been injured to not being able to wrestle anymore.
The Miz was also on the verge of tears, you know?
Heartfelt promo, you know? It's like
they were both crying. It's not like, oh, you made him cry.
I feel like there's a difference between like making someone cry from a promo and then crying during your promo. Because when you cry during your promo, it's like it shows you're compassionate about it, you know? But like,
well, he was crying in response to Daniel. He was crying out what Daniel said, you know?
Nah.
Yeah, man.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, they probably made out after.
I hope so, man. Shit, why wasn't that filmed? That's for the exclusive. That's for the documentary in 15 years. That's
the 24 documentary, dude. We'll never know if that's a shoot, by the way, that promo. We'll never know. Wrestling
I don't
mysteries.
care, honestly. I don't care. I enjoyed it in the moment.
I feel like too many people get caught up learning something's fake or not, you know?
Oh, just you wait for our current event segment this week, Steven.
Oh, yeah, you got shit on, dude. I feel bad for you.
All it's gonna be. What do you mean I got shit on?
You got shit on for your CM Punk prediction, man. I'm sorry.
I don't think so. I think my CM Punk prediction is still super valid.
You think it's gonna happen still?
I think it could. Maybe.
I'm gonna edit it. You're like the fool. I'm gonna put the clown emoji on it.
I think it might happen still, maybe. Yeah. Potentially. Yeah.
You're really like positive it's gonna happen. So you're like really into it about this like long-term booking you had in your head.
Listen, my theory last week was at All Out, it was either going to be MJF coming out at the end, or the match just straight up being MJF versus Punk. And I still think it's possible for MJF to come out at the end, because I still think now at this point it'll probably be Moxley versus Punk again. But again, we're not in the current event segment yet, Steven. Stop getting ahead of yourself. We have to talk about how
Blake is still writing comic books right now.
How Blake and Murphy... No, he is not. He's not writing for them yet. We have to talk about how Blake and Murphy is still hitting on Carmella. Okay?
What? Why would they do that? They're so sleazy.
Well, she likes it. It's Enzo and Cass who don't like it. They're being overprotective. They're being jealous. Okay, which is not a good look for Big Cass, considering how the future goes. Okay.
Oh, poor Big Cass. He's gonna rip out a toilet seat in like an airplane in one point,
no,
man.
No, he rips off the door, not the toilet seat, man. It's the door in the tour bus.
That's very feasible, actually, though. Like ripping out the doors of those buses are not the strongest thing ever.
Yeah, no, I don't blame Big Cass. I don't blame Big Cass for his, what is essentially sounding like domestic abuse, potentially, maybe. But Blake and Murphy were there, hitting on Carmella, and they gave her jewelry this week, which I thought was very nice of them.
You ever done that to a person, give them jewelry?
Ooh, giving them... I gave my mom jewelry.
That's such a big risk, you know? Like, giving people jewelry. Because if you don't like it, it's a lot of money, you know, being spent
No, my mom's jewelry was $12 off Etsy.
So it wasn't jewelry.
It was a necklace. It was a necklace. It was a nice necklace. And she liked it. And she wore it every single day for the past like 4 years, and literally last week she lost it.
I bought a person an anklet of a sea turtle. They always wore it. I'm not saying this.
Can you buy me one?
Yeah, I'll buy you one.
Oh, is it who I'm thinking you bought one for?
Now we can't say this anymore.
Is it who I'm thinking though?
No one on the podcast will know.
That's not. I don't care if anyone on the podcast know. AJ Lee dyed her hair purple this week, but that's current events. We can't get there yet. What? Steven, shake your head. Yes, is it the person I'm thinking of?
It's for their birthday.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I got stickers back, by the way. I got Visco stickers back. It was
I remember the Visco stickers that
I got
you
for
got
my birthday. Hey guys, my favorite. I had this one like birthday present, right, from this one person, and they got me like a bunch of stickers, right, of like Vine quotes. Like, you guys remember the app Vine, right? The famous app that shut down very recently.
Look at all like those years chickens, ago. You know, when life gives you lemons. We all know
stuff like "Welcome to Chili's." Cool stickers like that I never used.
Oh.
That's my favorite present ever I got for my birthday.
Well, they were thoughtful because you probably talked all the time about
Vine.
Vine, right? Yeah.
Vine's from like 2012. Yeah.
Okay, good. It was thoughtful. It's thoughtful. Yeah. Not as thoughtful as Raw this week, Steven. Okay, the booking for Raw this week, because John Cena is continuing the trend of having his United States Championship Open Challenge. We've seen Goldust Challenge. We've seen I don't know who else. Goldust was the only one we talked about. Oh shit, you're right. Same deal.
We saw Zack Ryder. We saw Sin Cara. It's like, oh my God, these talents, they're so cool. He's putting talent over guys by winning.
It's true. It's true.
We don't see him ever again for like months. It's sick.
Well, I think Neville might have been one of them too. But what's important
man, that sucks.
Is we're continuing the trend of important and exciting open challenges, Steven. Can you guess who opened Cena's challenge this week of April 22nd?
It can't be Sami Zayn yet, right? I don't think that happens yet.
I need your final guess.
That's the one that matters, right?
I need your final guess.
Tyson Kidd.
No, it was Kane. It was...
That's pretty big, actually, though. That's pretty big, you know?
No, he was corporate Kane. In slacks,
corporate
man.
Kane?
It was bald Kane in slacks.
Yeah, that was my favorite Kane, dude.
Corporate Kane was your favorite Kane. Yo, that is actually gonna be someone's take around our age, though. Someone our age is gonna have that take, and it's gonna suck ass.
Dude,
Fuck
I
them.
can't read the comments on like one TikTok's gonna be like, no guys, I know people like Big Kane, you know, like back then, like all these like people are just nostalgia blind about Kane in the 90s being really cool. No, my favorite Kane is corporate Kane. Remember that one time where he choked out CM Punk? That was so sick, guys. Okay.
That was a special moment for all of us. I remember that one time he was hanging out with The Big Show and J&J Security and Seth Rollins.
I like the slacks. Cool. I think the slacks add a lot to his attire because, you know, it makes him look awesome and sick, like a businessman, but he's like a jacked businessman, right? So he doesn't wear a shirt to prove it. It's like the Mr. President from Metal Gear Rising.
Like, the correct take to have is that Team Hell No was best era of Kane. I can get behind that all day, you know?
Yeah. Makes sense.
We're not going corporate Kane.
Were people against Team Hell No back then? Or were they for it?
I'm sure some people were, but I was 13 or some shit, you know? Like, I was for it. I had a Team Hell No shirt. It doesn't fit me anymore. My mom wears it. It's like a little children's drawing of Kane and Daniel Bryan. It's very cute. I like the shirt a lot.
It's like a Finn Balor tattoo right there, dude.
It is like a Finn Balor tattoo. That's sick as hell. Dude, I'm gonna get that tattooed on me. The Team Hell No shirt. That'll be sick.
Yeah? Can you do it like
Mhm.
legally? I thought like it was against law to like do that with tattoos, with like someone else's work.
No, that's stupid as
How does
shit.
that,
You
how
can
does that, or is that,
tattoo
or
whatever.
is that tattoo art that you just can't copy?
You can copy whatever the fuck you want, man. There's no real like rules or
I'm
regulations.
gonna get that
It's
Cody
all-
tattoo, the dream one, on my nipples.
Oh, the
The neck
dream one I'm
one,
okay
too.
with. You do the dream one, but you put it like 5 inches too low, so it's right across your nipple. Shit.
It's like on my under boob.
Hell yes,
Oh my
Steven, I can
gosh, have
do
you seen
that for
that-
you, man. Come on
You seen
over.
that TikTok of like the woman doing the Cody cosplay? It was a really nice cosplay. She had like a little neck tattoo of Cody. It was insane. But the thing was, she has like long hair, right? So just cover the tattoo. So there's no
Good.
reason for her to get the neck tattoo.
Oh, wow.
It's like so
Did she order
random.
it off of WWE Shop? That'd be sick, man.
Like the one with the
We still
water
gotta order
tattoos that just
ours.
peels off.
Mm-hmm.
Those are sick.
We've got to order ours.
Do you think
But
they're gonna make like Cody like Halloween costumes? Would you buy a Cody Halloween costume where it has like
What
a neck
even
tattoo
is
on it? So you know, like for WWE, they have like
Oh, like
Halloween
at Toys
costumes
R
like
Us?
John Cena. Yeah, it's like the really jacked chest and the
they
hat
yeah,
and,
they
like, the
cut off at the
wristbands.
chest. The Cody one would have to go up to your chin, man.
Aw.
So it could have the neck tattoo. That'd be really
It's like
fucked.
Batman in one of the early movies where he just moves his head around like the entire body.
Yeah,
Just
the
can't, like,
kid
move his
can't
neck.
turn his head when he's trick or treating. This is so sad.
Dude, the kids even trick or treat nowadays. I feel like every year when I buy candy for kids, like only 2 kids come.
I
It's
feel
so
like COVID
sad, you know.
kind of killed it a little bit, but I'm sure it'll be back
Well,
this
it was
year.
like before
like, full.
COVID, actually. I think because I really wanted to do it for like senior year of my high school or something.
It's
or
probably just your
college or
neighborhood,
whatever.
man.
Shit
It's probably
neighborhood.
just your neighborhood.
You
Yeah,
think?
just go to a different neighborhood. Set up with a folding table and candy, man.
The
It'll
free
be
one?
good. Uh-huh.
Hey kids, have some candy. What a weird idea that someone made up. By the way, look. Hey guys, let's just give kids candy for a day.
Yo.
Isn't that cool?
And then it caught on. People were like, that's a good idea. I agree. Let us all
On the
get in on
Devil's
this.
Day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't celebrate Halloween. It's too satanic for me.
No. I'm sorry,
No.
man. I'm sorry. Well, either way, I think that is all the news that I have from April 22nd of 2015. And we should finally, I know you've been itching, Steven, to get onto the current events. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Oh,
Okay.
that was on TikTok too today. I saw that. I was like,
The DX
people-
entrance?
yeah, apparently they play it like during commercial breaks. Like, hey guys, you're on the DX cam. Are you ready? And then people are kind of like, yeah, I'm ready.
What do you
Woo,
do when you're on the DX?
woo.
Can you suck cock like Sean? That'd be awesome.
Whoa, suck it, guys. Suck it like sucking cock, guys. That's awesome.
Oh
my
my
god, suck it. Suck my
Gosh.
cock.
Dude, I was legitimately 15 years old when I realized that was about dick. Okay? I didn't know what
Same,
suck
too,
it meant.
actually.
Okay? You know, DX says suck it. That's cool. That's funny.
Yeah, like suck what? Like, suck it. Like, what does that
Like,
mean? You know, just
because the entire time I watched DX, they weren't pointing at their dick. They were doing X chops. Dude, like
Yeah.
bullshit is what it is, okay?
I want
Bullshit.
to suck dicks
Steven.
now, man. This sucks.
What'd you say?
Anyways,
Okay.
next segment time.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, wrestling fans when they see an unsucked cock. Am I right?
Okay.
Hey guys, welcome to the week of wrestling this week or last week if you're watching when it comes out. What happened this week, man?
I don't know
wrestling.
what you're talking. What happened this week in wrestling is so much, Steven, okay? We talked about it earlier. There's works, there's shoots. We don't know what's real. We don't know what's fake. But it's our job as the lore keepers of Lucha Underground to carry over that responsibility into the world of wrestling at large. And that's what we plan to do tonight, is it not?
Maybe. You know what I read
you.
today or the other day? Wrestling
that?
Observer News, Mr. Meltzer, our dad, maybe? I don't know.
Steven, let me tell you what I just heard you say. A Wrestling
Yeah.
Observer newsletter, Mitzer Meltzer, our dad, maybe.
Our dad, maybe. Dave Meltzer, you know, he's like, hey guys, Netflix
Oh,
and WWE.
you're still on his title. You haven't gotten to the news
Yeah.
story yet. You are just
Yeah.
referring to Dave Meltzer as our father.
He is our father, you know. He made this
Okay.
podcast happen.
Good. We couldn't have done it without him. Big ups. Big up. He personally
those ums.
bankrolls this podcast. Exactly.
He funds us, man. All those $11.99s for his newsletter. Which, why are you buying that, by the way? Like, his news comes out for free online. There's no reason to buy it.
Guys, if you're gonna donate to anyone in the wrestling news community, let it be
us.
wrestling news blog.
Let it be
Wrestling
us,
news
guys.
blog lady is what I was gonna say, but us too. Or
You'll
both
get
of
your
us.
news a week late, you know? Possibly outdated at the time it comes out.
Likely outdated. More
Like,
often
it
than
was,
not.
like, happened.
Fuck, forget about our TikToks, man. Those are a month outdated by the time they go up.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
A sad time all around. Sad time all
You know,
around.
it takes too long to make those TikToks, man. But
Does.
anyways, Mr. Melty says, hey guys, WWE and Netflix are still in talk for that Vince McMahon documentary, apparently.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, it's exciting. I hope that documentary
Yeah.
still comes out. It
I'm
says
really
it's
excited to
still
hear it.
greenlit.
I hope it shits on Vince McMahon the entire time.
It probably will go a little bit more that direction now. Unless
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine Vince isn't still like a very heavy-handed producer. Yeah. So
Because
maybe
like I could
am
see either or, you know,
surprised.
like they can make him sound like the hero of wrestling. Like he made this, he's like the biggest promoter of all time for wrestling, you know, like he made this act really big worldwide. Or they just talk about him being like an awful person. Like either or, I'd be fine with.
I don't care. I just want to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't give a
That'd be
shit about the
interesting.
narrative. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
but
wanted them
you're
to have
right.
like a one episode of Dark Side of the Ring where it just destroyed Goldust's career.
Gold Dust. With the
yeah.
Marlena stuff. That was a
Yeah.
little sad. That was a
Poor
little
guy's known as
sad.
a cuck now forever.
I think that did
Aw.
more damage to Tommy Dreamer's career than it did Goldust. Tommy Dreamer was just defending Ric Flair pulling out his dick and harassing women. Like, Tommy, read the room, man.
Just imagine, like, hey man, Ric Flair's not a bad dude. Okay, he just whipped his dick out on an
Who
airplane in front of
doesn't want to
women.
see that old man's cock? Honestly.
Who doesn't want to see the leathery couch skinned cock, man?
I think that holds up in court, that argument. So, yeah, man, you're right.
Oh,
Tommy
man.
was clearly in the right all this time.
Yeah.
Steven,
What?
Vince McMahon, not only will he maybe have his documentaries still be coming out, despite all the allegations and his stepping away, all the controversy of late, but he also celebrated his 77th birthday, as we alluded to earlier, with a number of guests. The guests that I'm
Ooh.
aware of include Pat McAfee,
Oh,
John
that makes
Cena?
sense. Oh, you know,
John
I saw TikTok
Cena's
about John Cena
wife?
coming there, right? Some guy was like, "Hey guys, Vince McMahon's birthday party, Zilla double date, guys. Where's Nikki Bella, guys? Where's Linda McMahon?" Like, hey, I don't know if it's a joke or not. Is the thing.
Stay up to date on the lore. This is important stuff. John Cena is married to a very respected businesswoman at this point. I forget her name, but she's very pretty. And
Really cool.
Vince McMahon had his own female companion who the internet was not able to identify with him at his birthday party. Okay, we got
Secretary.
to stay up on these things, Steven. That was his secretary?
I don't know. I'm just
Steven,
making stuff
stop
up.
dropping shit. Stop lying about Vince's companion. Okay?
That's
We
what I
can't
was
have
told in the
this.
TikTok comments. Those can't be wrong, right? There's no way.
You know what? You bring up a good point. Well, either way, it was his 77th birthday party, and also Brock Lesnar was there. I don't know if I said that, but Brock
makes sense.
Lesnar was also there. So this is an exciting time. Do you think Sable was there?
It's a good question. It's a good question.
Sable
Do you
very
think
well
kids
could have
were
been
there?
one of the women sexually harassed by Vince McMahon. So I
What do you
wondered
think they
if
do
that
at
would
these
make
parties
things tense.
for like these 77-year-old man's birthday parties? Like had allegations come out
They
a
probably
month
drink
ago.
copious amounts of alcohol, especially if you're Pat
Yeah,
McAfee.
cocaine, like a Tony Khan kind of
Ooh,
situation.
I don't think John would have done any cocaine. I don't think Brock
No.
would have done any cocaine. But maybe Mrs. Cena, you know?
Just slander her name.
I said maybe. She could. I don't know anything
She
about
might
her.
not even
Maybe
be
she's a
Mrs.
coke
Cena,
addict.
you know. We don't know her name's
Maybe.
last name is Cena, you know.
Maybe Cena took her last name. You
Yeah.
know? Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows, man? Who knows?
Not us. Not I. So, big ups to Vince. He made it to 77. Do we think he makes it another year, Steven?
Probably, right?
I think so.
Unless it
Yeah,
gets
I
like
think he's-
monkeypox. Probably not then at that point.
That's a weird thing to say. I can't imagine him hanging out in orgies. You know?
Yeah.
Dear sweet Vince.
I mean, I could.
Maybe.
I could.
He has a lot of free
I'd see him
time
in
on
an
his
orgy.
hands now.
I'd see
Yeah,
him
I
doing
could
orgies. Yeah,
very
yeah.
well see him in an orgy. So I
Yeah.
take that back. Vince is not long for this world, guys. Stay woke, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, what other news happened this week, Stephen?
WB on Fox on Twitter posted a very important tweet. It says, "Which WWE superstar has that dog in them?" It's a picture of a dog in someone's rib cage, and they spelled dog as DAWG. This is important news for me because I think it's awesome.
Who do you
The
think
big
has
dog.
the dog in them?
Not the big dog anymore, right? I don't think he's the big dog anymore. I think
You
he's
don't
just
think,
a
well, because he's
dog.
part-time now, you think because the big dog is part-time, he doesn't have the dog in him anymore? Because I can appreciate that reason.
Who has a dog in them? Who eats dogs? Because I don't think... Maybe Eddie Kingston, maybe?
Eddie, you think Eddie Kingston not cannibalizes, but you think he murders and eats dogs?
I think he eats dogs. He looks like someone who can eat dogs.
Okay, I guess so. Well, big news, breaking news on Following Lucha. Eddie Kingston murders and eats dogs, guys.
Puppy, specifically.
Puppies. And also in Eddie Kingston news, apparently he took a swing and maybe hit Sammy Guevara backstage. This is
Wow.
another one of the circumstances, Steven, where I've been reading so much news about it, and I can't tell for the life of me if I'm supposed to believe this or not. Because Sammy Guevara and Eddie Kingston have a match at the All Out pay-per-view. I didn't know this. So in my mind, this is great publicity, because now I care about the Sammy Guevara Eddie
Yay.
Kingston match, which I didn't a day ago, right? But now
It's
because they
shoot,
got...
so it's epic.
Exactly, because they maybe got into a real-life altercation, I'm thinking like, oh, shit.
Why did he punch him for? Was he just being a weirdo backstage?
Sammy Guevara was in the ring with Tai Conchi, and he said something like, Eddie Kingston, I know the reason these fans like you. It's because you're a fat piece of shit, just like all of them. And then Eddie Kingston apparently got upset that Sammy commented about his appearance and swung at him when he got backstage. Which
It's not his gimmick. Is that like his appearance is off, so he's cool.
Well, yeah, Sammy is supposed to be a condescending douchebag.
That guy douche.
right?
Yeah.
Who is very in shape and has a hot wife, you know?
Uh-huh.
And Eddie Kingston has had his weight called out in promos before, and his physique called out in promos before. I don't know why this one is a problem. So that's my only reason why I think, like, maybe it's fake. But then Sammy Guevara did an interview where he basically said everything that I just did, where he was like, yeah, I don't know. I didn't know he didn't want me to mention it. I knew it was like actually gonna hurt him, I would have never said it. I'm not in this business to hurt people for real. Which, if you're trying to build heat for your match, don't say
guys,
that.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I heard Matt Hardy. Oof. I didn't mean that, guys.
That's tough. That's tough. But like that's why I think this is probably real, because like Sammy is killing and squashing all like heat by saying that, because it's like, hey guys, I didn't want to hurt Eddie's feelings. I'm sorry. You know, like if it were for the story, I feel like he just would continue being a dick, right? So, who knows?
my take cares, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of care if Sammy Guevara got hit backstage. I think that's kind of funny.
I care about that. I just don't care about the actual comment itself. Like, comment's not bad at all. I don't know why Eddie cares so much about it.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a fat guy either. You know, he's like
pretty alright,
appropriately sized for like a man in his 40s. You know?
He still looks like he can beat me up.
Exactly. He still could be.
He always will.
Steven. He just doesn't look like he could.
We got major news on AEW last night.
Okay.
We got our confirmed all-out main event, guys. All right, we're gonna have Jon Moxley versus Nia Jax.
What?
Nia Jax is gonna main event All Out.
She's all elite? That's cool.
Yeah.
And that came out on Rampage tonight, you're saying?
It's coming on Rampage right now, guys.
Wow, that's huge.
Watch it happen, guys. It's gonna happen. All right, big news.
This was the match we were supposed to get. If you remember back to early 2019, Steven, we were having it at a couple of house shows that Jon Moxley against Nia Jax was happening, and people were like, oh my gosh, is WWE gonna start doing intergender matches? And then we had all the stuff with Enzo start happening, and then like EC3 got beat up. These are just events coming into my head. I don't know how they're related, but eventually Jon Moxley left, and we never got Nia Jax versus him on TV, which is sad.
AEW, make it happen, guys. Dream match. Nia Jax, Jon Moxley, one All Out. Make it like a triples title match or something, you know?
Make it for the Trios Championship, please.
Yeah, make it
Get
for
Parker
that title. Make it
Boudreaux
for the
in there.
TNT title. Make it for the TBS title. Make it for the women's title. That's up for grabs now, I think, right?
Unification match.
Unify every title, like that one storyline in WWE12 where Drew McIntyre wins every title.
Hell
Or is it
yeah.
Sheamus?
I don't know. I have not
One
a
of
clue,
them.
Steven. I really don't. But that's very good spoilers. Thank you for keeping an eye on Rampage tonight, because that is big as far as our discussion regarding the CM Punk Jon Moxley situation goes. Because on Dynamite this past week, we had that championship match, because Punk was the AEW champ, but he got injured. Moxley was the interim champ because he didn't get injured. And they were fighting to see who the real champion was. This was the match everyone assumed was going to be the main event of All Out. But here we are. It is very clearly not, because it happened on Dynamite. And Punk, well, he got squashed, Steven. He lost very quickly and with little offense, evidently, which is unfortunate. What do you think happened there, man?
Was he still injured?
Punk? Maybe? We don't know. Maybe? Who knows?
Wow, I can't believe he did a Mickey Gal on him, dude. Crazy.
I know, it's kind of fucked up. Is
not a Matt Jackson though. That guy lasts like 10 minutes, just nothing.
Matt Jackson lasted 10 minutes with who, Steven? I'm so confused.
Who was the guy he fought next in UFC?
Matt Jackson is one half of the Young Bucks, man.
Was it Nick Jackson?
Sideburns. No, Nick Jackson is the other half of the Young Bucks.
Mick Jackson?
The one with the ponytail. Mick Jackson.
Michael Jackson?
Yes, his name is Michael Jackson. His name was Mike Jackson.
Jackson?
Yes. It was.
My gosh. No way. There ain't no way,
That was
dude.
the other man who beat CM Punk, but then was reversed because of drugs. And so...
What a lame way. That's the worst way to improve your win count, by the way.
Nah, man. It works.
Win count, we say it's on...
Oh, no. Is that what's going to happen with the Jon Moxley match?
Oh my...
Shit.
You think they're going to do that?
Damn it. They do, a couple, months ago. Not months. It was, 2 years ago at this point. The Jeff Hardy story where Baron Corbin and Sheamus kept calling him drunk all the time and framed him for a hit and run.
That's
what they're going to do.
Drunk here? Did he get hit and run as well?
No. Well, no, they're not going to frame CM Punk as the drunk. They're going to frame Jon Moxley as the drunk, aren't they?
Oh, Jon Moxley, you've been drinking too much, and that's why you won, because you were drinking.
I'm going to be honest. AEW is on very shaky territory right now. It feels like the company could collapse at any given moment, okay?
They got views, you know?
An alcoholism storyline with Jon Moxley right now, that'd be some crazy shit, man. I don't know what's going on with
Who's going to be the guy that says, Jon Moxley, I could beat you like how you can never beat alcoholism?
I mean, it's going to be
Who's
MJF.
saying that?
It's very clearly going to be MJF. Unless it's Chris Jericho first. I could see Chris Jericho thinking it'll be cool when he says it and it not getting a reaction. MJF needs to be the one to do it, but Chris will try to beat him.
I want Max Caster to do it.
Yo! That'd be sick.
Yo, listen, look at my ears. You can't chew them because it's not a beer.
Okay.
How was that one?
No, that was good, man.
Yeah.
That was good.
How about this?
I'm excited.
This one.
Okay. Oh.
Okay. Yo, listen. Yo, I'm with Anthony Bowden. He's my gay peer. You ain't beating us. We ain't a can of beer.
Okay.
That was that one.
Okay, I was just worried where the rhyme was going given the context, but I appreciate you didn't go there.
No.
I appreciate it. Well, Steven, I am excited that the Acclaimed is going to get their first shot. I don't know if it's their first shot. They're going to get a shot at the AEW Tag Team Championships.
They're winning it, right?
They're going to be... Huh?
They're winning it, right? They're going to win it, right?
I don't think they're going to beat Swerve in My Glory. No way.
Swerve My Glory.
Swerve My Glory?
Swerve My Glory.
That's what we should call the Helico team over in Lucha Underground. Just call them Swerve My Glory, you know?
You think Keith Lee could get a tag team where it's called a Glory Hole?
Do I think he could politic for that? Probably. Do I think he will? Probably not. You know?
Not?
I just... Who would be the other half of Glory Hole, Steven?
Which gimmick has a hole in it?
Don't know, man.
And Helico? And
why?
Holico.
And Holico is what you're saying. You're saying rebrand and Helico as in Holico. And then Swerve in My Hole.
Some of a holy gimmick, like a Christian gimmick. They're all the holy
one, wait,
right?
You didn't say Swerve in My Hole. What was the name of the team? Glory Hole. That's it. Shoot, we got a lot of ground, man. We need 2 hole gimmicks so Swerve can have his own partner, and then the 2 hole teams can fight. This will be crazy.
Combine together to make Glory Swerve Hole.
Swerve in our Glory Hole. That's crazy, dude.
That's a great gimmick, guys.
Wow, good gimmick. Good gimmick.
Good booking.
I think so. Steven, the Acclaimed is
What's
getting
up?
a title match, and I hope they win it, but I really severely doubt they will. Do you
What?
think the Ass Boys will be involved in their title match? Because I fear they will.
No. I think
You
they're
don't
gonna
think
win
so?
clean.
You think the Acclaimed is winning clean?
I think they're winning clean, dude.
Who is pinning who?
Happen.
I need to
Alright,
know.
When this happens, like, it's gonna be Max Caster getting the pin, right? He's gonna pin Keith
No,
Lee.
I had the opposite. I had Bowens pinning Swerve. Oh my
What?
god.
Oh my
Yeah, man.
gosh.
We'll see. We'll see. Holy shit.
Pinned Keith Lee like ever in the last like 5 years. I
I
legit
mean,
don't
didn't
know.
Powerhouse Hobbs or something?
Has that happened?
I think so. I could be wrong, but I think Powerhouse Hobbs.
Dang, that really
did.
went nowhere then. That sucks. Poor Hobbs.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
I get Hobbs has a singles match at All Out. That's crazy. You know,
Oh, with who?
with Ricky. I'm excited for it. That's probably the match I'm most excited for.
Aw.
Yeah, I
Who's
guess
gonna
you're
win?
not. Sorry.
Hobbs is gonna win. I want Hobbs to win, man.
Oh, I hope not. That'd be sad.
Fuck you.
That'd be sad.
Fuck Ricky.
I'm sorry, dude.
The only good
know.
Ricky was Ricky Steamboat or his son, Richie Steamboat.
That's not Ricky. His name is Richie. You just said it. I thought. What about
No.
Ricky Mandel from Lucha Underground? He had his arm broken by
What?
Pentagon Jr. Yeah,
That guy's awesome too.
he is. He is. What the fuck, man?
Anyway, anything
can't-
else happened this week?
Oh, a whole bunch,
Yeah.
man. Thunder Rosa's injured. But people are
Oh, I saw
theorizing
that.
her injury might be fake, so she doesn't have to drop the title to Toni Storm. And then people are saying that she has heat
very
with Britt
Puck thing to
Baker.
do.
And then people are saying she has heat with Jamie Hayter. And now Ivelisse
There's a lot
is
of
in
people.
interviews saying, "See, guys, I was right. I told you she was a bitch." And I'm like, okay, Ivelisse, cool guy.
This isn't the right guys. I just knew it. She seemed like a guy who's telling the truth, you know? Not Evilise. I don't really. I feel like
Yeah.
every other week someone gets injured, and like a good portion of them are champions.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Thunder Rosa's champion, so she's again not
Isn't
defending her
it
title. So there's
really-
an interim belt now being defended at the pay-per-view.
So many interim belts, man. It can't keep track, man.
This just sucks for Toni Storm because now the news leaked of Toni was supposed to win, and so now do they
sucks
still
for
put
Toni.
the title on her? Because it's I don't
I
know.
like Toni Storm a lot.
I think she's
I
sick.
think.
Yeah, man. I at WrestleMania Access one year, that I don't think they had very many wrestlers at the shows, and so I saw Toni Storm versus Jenny no fewer than 5 times during WrestleMania weekend. That shit was crazy.
That
Okay,
happened 5 times.
But I mean,
Why?
each Access session is different, you know. But
Have
like,
different endings.
well, no, they were different matches, but like theoretically
Watch
there aren't the same
match
people.
like 5 times.
Dude, I don't know. It was WrestleMania weekend. That's what you do. And
Why
so
did they
I
book
watched.
the same match 5 times. with the
I
same
don't
ending?
know,
What
man.
the fuck?
Jenny, I don't think ever won. But
Poor Jenny.
Jenny's awesome. Toni Storm is awesome. Toni Storm would always shove her ass in Jenny's face, and people would be happy about it. But I personally
I'd be
was
happy
not
about
happy.
that.
I said, "This is the
What?
5th time Jenny's had that ass in her face tonight. She doesn't need it anymore."
She's eating too much ass, guys.
She
Okay,
has.
come on. Too much ass eating.
It's too much. It's too much. It's just
Too
it's
much.
egregious after a certain point, Steven. It really is. So Steven, what do you think? Do you think Thunder Rosa is malingering? Is she faking her injury so she doesn't have to drop
Dude,
her
I
title?
know so much shit about Thunder Rosa, dude. I don't know what to believe in anymore, man.
Yeah, I feel like she's probably not an easy person to get along with if you're a girl.
You think she's a
I think she's a-
poopy head?
I think she's a guy's girl, which rubs
Yeah.
girls
The
the
boys?
wrong way.
Like, hey, I'm the boys, guys, you know? Pick me. I'm on the boys, man. I'm on the boys.
Exactly. Maybe I'm reading the situation completely incorrectly because I don't know the people in
Maybe
real
she
life.
just doesn't speak English. I don't know.
She speaks English.
Okay.
Yeah, she fortunately does. She fortunately does. But you're saying the fact that it's her second language might put a barrier between her and other people?
Maybe. Like Kenny Omega, you know? His first language
Shoot.
is Japanese. It comes with him
I
sometimes
thought
in his
you were going to say
promos.
Canadian. And I was going to be upset. But
I would have worked too.
Japanese too, I guess. Steven, I'm excited for this Saturday personally. I don't know if you
Uh-huh.
saw the news, but there is going to be an episode of Family Feud featuring 2
That was my news. it.
Shit! Damn it! Damn it! It's gonna be Team Miz family versus Team Mysterio family, guys. Rey Mysterio versus The Miz on Family Feud. And
Wow.
Rey Mysterio's team is sick. It's him, his wife, Dominic, and their daughter Aaliyah, who like was hooking up with Buddy Murphy. And then on the,
It's like gimmick. She was like 18 at the time, by the way, guys.
she was 8. She wasn't like 18. She was 18. Buddy Murphy's a 30-year-old man. That's cool.
31, 2-year-old man.
That's a cool
Pretty
laugh,
sick.
Steven. You should
Pretty
do that
sick,
more often.
guys.
Holy shit, I never heard you make that sound before. That's sick as hell. The Miz's
Yeah.
family, though, is his dad, his mom, and then his mom-in-law. Meaning there's no Maurice on this show. It's Miz and 3 old people. Why is there no Maurice? Okay?
What? Maurice is not on it?
No!
What? Why?
She's got to watch Monroe Sky, I guess. I don't know, man.
She's too Canadian for this. Hey,
She's maybe a little bit too
That why?
Canadian. She
it's
might
like
be,
a
she
labor
might be.
union law thing, you know? Like she's too Canadian.
But then how is her mom, who is also French Canadian, gonna be on Family Feud?
What was she doing? Does she like run an Etsy shop, Maurice? I don't know what she
I don't-
does. She has
I don't-
like a candle business or a clothes business or something,
I mean, she's
right?
an influencer. She's a model. She has Ms. and Mrs. You know, she's doing shit.
Okay, so it's the Miz.
No one said the Miz isn't doing shit. The Miz is the last person you'll ever hear anyone say isn't doing shit. The Miz is doing stuff constantly.
No, go away.
It looks like you just turned around to talk to Peter Griffin, Steven. I don't know what you're doing.
Sorry, Peter Griffin.
You whispered in his ear. It's really
Sorry.
fucked up. Tell me what you told Peter.
Hey, Peter.
Oh, that's just what you said? That's cool.
Hey, Peter.
That's really nice.
Remember that
Oh.
time we were in AEW and it cuts like CM Punk dying or something? Or that one Sammy Guevara botch where he just gave like Matt Hardy brain damage. Maybe
Oh,
that's the cutaway
nice.
joke there.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Steven, have you been keeping up with the Daniel Garcia Jericho Appreciation Society story?
Nope.
Okay. The gimmick is Daniel Garcia joined Jericho Appreciation Society to everyone's surprise because he's a very technical wrestler, very hard hitting, right? And people were dream booking that he would be added to the Blackpool Combat Club, correct?
Right.
But he
Doesn't
joined
happen,
Jericho
right?
Appreciation Society, and their whole gimmick is, oh, we're sports entertainers, we're not wrestlers. And
Makes
so
sense, makes sense.
last week, Daniel Garcia had a match with Bryan Danielson, and it was very good. It was like half an hour long, and Jericho afterwards apparently ruined the moment for Daniel Garcia because he wanted Daniel Garcia to admit that he was a sports entertainer, not a wrestler. And so that's the whole gimmick, right? Daniel Garcia feels conflicted. Is he a sports entertainer or is he a wrestler? Good
It's a
gimmick,
really
right?
stupid gimmick.
Well, the thing is, like, there's a little bit of edge to it 2 months ago when that was still a policy in WWE. But now they're
Right.
allowed to say wrestler, and so it lost all steam. That the story is still happening. So I don't know, man.
Some good long-term booking right here, guys. Okay, he wants to be a wrestler, but he can't. He has to jump
can't?
ship now to WWE, where he can be a
Oh,
wrestler.
fuck. I would love if that's the blow off. He just walks out on pay-per-view and signs a contract. Oh
Austin
my god.
Aries, you know, just walks away from a finisher or something.
Who did Austin? Did he do that to Enzo? Who did he do that to?
He did Mundo, or Impact.
Oh shit, was that Impact?
yeah.
Damn, you're right. You're right. It was. Dude, Austin Aries is a dick. Not enough people are talking. I mean, I know everyone knows, but dude, he is a dick. Did you see
It is
Control Your
Lena
Narrative
Vega.
is doing an event in San Antonio?
What? Can we go?
I'm not. You can.
What? Who's
Uh-huh.
there? I want to interview one. I want to do the intro
Luigi
for
Primo
us.
was there. I'd go for Luigi Primo.
Who is that?
He's the wrestler from Austin who dresses up like
Remember-
a pizza chef and he
Remember
throws fake
Ethan
dough.
Page cut like a promo pipe bomb about AEW?
No.
About it sucking? Remember that?
No.
That was like a month ago, man.
Oh.
There's no... That was sick.
No follow-up. We took him off TV for a bit.
Nope.
That's
No
good.
follow-up whatsoever.
I think they're saving him for Ring of Honor is probably what's happened. What's going to happen when we don't have the excuse anymore if they're saving him for Ring of Honor? What happens when Ring of Honor comes on and there's no Colt, there's no Brian Cage, there's no Ethan Page, there's none of them? What happens? Do we just cry? Like, what happens?
Yo,
I don't know.
Cesaro, man. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's the boy Gresham been doing? Mr. Octopus, man.
I don't know. I heard Eddie Kingston say in an interview he doesn't give a shit about Jonathan Gresham, which I thought was cool.
What?
Other than that, though, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Why'd that come up? Why did you just
No.
randomly Barry Gresham?
Well, because they were just naming wrestlers, and he was giving his honest opinion about all of them. Steven, I have just
Yes.
maybe the most important news of the week, and I'm sorry for waiting so long, but we kind of got to save the best for toward the end. Did you see that officially unveiled was the design for the IWGP Women's Championship?
What? Do they even have a roster for that?
Well, I mean, Stardom is a company, you know? I didn't know.
Buy out
Apparently,
Stardom.
New Japan bought out Stardom in 2019, 3
What?
years ago. I did not know that.
What was that?
I
news?
had no clue.
So
but
is it gonna
apparently
be
they
like Joshi
did.
wrestling, where it's like idol shit, or like?
I mean, I assume it's all going to be Joshi. I don't know how you get away from Joshi if you're in that culture, you know? But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think they're going to start putting women on their shows, New Japan, but they're going to, now it's just the International Wrestling Grand Prix has sanctioned a women's championship, you know?
Yikes.
Yikes, you don't like that? You think that's problematic
I'm not
that they're
excited for
including women?
this.
Okay.
I hate women in my wrestling.
Sorry,
game.
you think this is bad news for wrestling.
I mean, it's cool, you know? Does it look cool, the title?
Yeah, it looks nice. I don't give a shit. I'm never going to watch an IWGP
I think at a
women's
certain
title
point,
match.
every title just kind of looks the same to me. I'm going to be honest. Okay.
This one looks unique, I will say.
Okay. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
right? There's like a certain like architecture for like titles where it's just like scribbles in a shape.
After the Cruiserweight title and the 24/7 title, where do we go? You know, how do we innovate?
I don't know, man. Cruiserweight title was pretty sick looking, dude. Okay. It was
Uh-huh,
just
I'm
tiny.
sure. I can't forgive you for wanting to buy a replica at WrestleMania, and the
No,
only
I
thing
want the
stopping
replica.
you is that
I
they
want the
didn't
205
have
one.
one. I know you do.
Dude, I was about to pay $200 for that title, dude. Okay. Nothing's stopping me.
Oh,
Unless it was like
it
the
would've
NXT
been
one
more.
where it's like darker purple. I wouldn't have gotten that one.
No, I'm sorry. You need the original. You need the OG.
I need the original bright purple silver title. It's like 2 inches of pure metal. That one
I
was
forget, your
sick.
favorite color is purple. Your favorite color is purple.
It is.
Steven. Mhm,
My ropes also purple.
Your ropes?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean, man?
Purple ropes.
Oh, but you said your ropes, like personally. Yours, Steven, are purple.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
my-
just sounds a
my
little
personal
concerning
ropes.
to me.
What does that mean?
Well, last bit, Steven, last bit I have for this podcast is one, Johnny Gargano's back. Who cares? But also, Warner Bros. Apparently wants AEW.
Dude, what a
to
weird
tone-
way, by the way, to like introduce someone. He just randomly came out during like commercial breaks. Like, hey guys, it's me, Johnny Gargano, and I'm back, guys. And then he just kicks Austin Theory and just leaves.
Okay, guys, I don't care about wrestling. I don't want to be annoying and shit on everything because I really
Those are
don't
weird
care, and I
entrants.
don't want to be negative. But also, are we at a point where we can admit that not all surprises are good surprises?
What?
Because
I like
we
Johnny
could've
Gargano. I think. I don't know if I do or not.
I like Johnny Gargano.
I think I like him.
I liked him in DIY.
That was pretty sick. He makes
Yeah,
like
it
two
just-
faces, you know.
I just
He'll-
fear that the last time I liked him was in 2017. You know,
It's an
That's-
Andrade match. That was pretty cool.
It was fine. You know? This is so sad. This is so sad. But no, I just think that you could have debuted him in a cooler way than. I randomly on Raw is cool, but you didn't have him do anything.
He
You
came
know,
out
it
in
was
the
like-
middle of like a commercial break. Came out with his music.
But like, why? Man, I mean, I know
I
why.
like,
Triple H is in charge, but like,
I like Dexter Loomis's whole thing right now, where he just kidnaps people and stalks AJ Styles. That's pretty fun.
that is
I think that's a
pretty
good
fun.
debut.
Where do you think
He
he
kidnapped
keeps
the
them
Miz
all?
this week.
I saw.
That's
Poor
pretty
Miz.
sick.
Poor
Where does
Miz.
he keep them?
I don't know. I'd like to know.
That's
I'd
the
like
mystery.
to
That's the
know.
fun part, you know. That's the
Oh
mystery.
my god, we could get really fucked up. Does he have like a whole like dungeon where he's keeping everyone? 'Cause that'd be sick if we do a
He
segment
tases their
live from
nipples?
Dexter's dungeon. Oh my god! And did you
What
see
would
that
he
Dexter
do?
also showed back up on NXT to reunite with Indy
Wow.
Hartwell? That was so
Aw.
sweet.
Will it matter
It
in
was
like
so
2
sweet.
weeks?
I mean, maybe I don't know.
What the
man.
other girl? That poor girl got fired, man.
Persia Perota, she's gone. I don't know.
Probably doesn't care about her.
Neither is Tony Khan. Apparently, it's devastating.
Aw, man.
Wait, did you see the news about No Way Jose?
What happened to No Way Jose? That's my boy.
Apparently he was booked for a show in Canada, and
Uh-huh.
then he told them, "Oh, sorry, I can't make it." But then he took the flight and he exchanged his ticket for a ticket to Florida so he could be on AEW Dark. Okay?
What?
And then
They want to go to Disney.
Everyone was pissed at No Way Jose. They were like, dude, that's fucked up. Why would you do that to a promoter, right? No show him so you can be on AEW and steal his money?
Zoe Jose them, yeah.
And then it came out that the owner of that promotion in Canada might have said some kind of racist things on Twitter in the past. So then everyone was on No Way Jose's side.
What a big show event, dude.
I know.
Twists and turns like Game of Thrones. This is awesome.
Shouts out to our boy Levi. Keep it up, No Way Jose. Keep scamming those promoters.
Let's go. Get those hot dogs and handshakes, baby.
You do it. You do it. Because I'm sure his Dark appearance is gonna be big.
You know what I realized?
Yeah, what's that?
CM Punk got squashed on Vince's birthday.
Oh. That's tough.
That's funny.
That's unfortunate.
But yeah, big. Good for Colt. Good for Colt.
Good for Colt. Oh, someone brought up the fact that apparently CM Punk, Cleveland is the city where he walked out of walked out on Raw, and then
No, that's
also
that's a coincidence. That's a coincidence
Yeah.
right there. It's gotta be.
You mean
yeah.
it wasn't long-term booking that he walked out on Raw in Cleveland
I like
and
how
then lost his
everyone's
first
like-
UFC fight in Cleveland and
like
then
that
got
we were-
squashed by John Moxley in Cleveland?
I like how people are like, yo, guys, Johnny Gargano, he's from Clevelandish, right? Think about it, guys. He might be coming on right now. The main event of AEW, right? Might happen, guys. Gargano.
Oh, shit.
You know what's happening, guys.
You're right, man. You are right.
And
That's
then it was
some
in
crazy ass
Canada.
D-
Happens.
I feel very
happens.
similar to Johnny Gargano how I feel about Kenny Omega, where like
I feel like I should like
people
him, right?
well, no, like I feel like
should
people
like him.
pretend to like him, right? Because yeah, I feel like I should, but like,
Yeah.
who does? You know?
I like Ciampa more. I'm gonna be honest. I think Ciampa's
I love
sick.
Champ. I think Champ is awesome.
I like his thing with the
my-
Miz right now. I think it's sick as fuck.
I
I don't know
My
why they
favorite
just kind of
moment-
merge together. It's really weird how like it merges, like how they work together. I don't know why
Yeah.
I like it. It just kind of works for me. It's so weird.
It's because Miz
like,
is a
on
generational
paper-
talent and
Like
one of the
on
most talented
paper, I
people in
shouldn't
the
like it,
locker room.
right? Like on paper, I think it should be lame as fuck. Like the guy's excited for the same like ringer as the Miz,
Hell yeah, man.
but it just kind of works out. I don't know why.
It definitely does. It definitely
Yeah.
does. But I was gonna say, it's still my favorite moment of Ciampa's entire career is on Twitter, being told that he's the self-appointed locker room leader of a wrestling school. You know, I think that's very.
That's
accurate.
like when Athena said she was the locker room leader for NXT, and was always on the verge of quitting.
That's cool. Who do you
Yeah.
think the locker room leader of AEW is?
Could be like, well, Tony Khan made an announcement. Like, hey guys, if I'm not available, talk to Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks.
Oh,
Are
okay.
they locker room leaders at that point, or just their bosses?
That's a good question, Steven. That's a good question.
No.
It's probably weird territory for them to navigate. You know?
Yeah. What do you think the
I think
backstage is like for AW? If you're like not like a what's it called, a jobber, but like one of the, like the mid upper card people who don't get used, like an Andrade.
if I am an Ethan Page or a Rusev.
I would see Ethan Page as a mid carder.
Where do you see him?
I don't know where I see him, man.
He had a whole ass feud with Darby and Sting.
He lost
and
a lot of weight and looks great now.
Lost weight. He's fought for the the TNT title. You know, he's
I remember that match. Match was really.
done stuff. I saw him in a coffin match one time.
How was that?
It was fine.
Hmm.
It was fine.
Had a promo like a month ago. He's like, "Fuck you, Tony Khan."
Oh, I heard. I heard you mention it 5 minutes ago.
Same with
Poor TK.
Will we ever get payoff for these two promos of people going, "Fuck you, Tony Khan"? I don't know, man.
No. This is so sad. Well, Steven, what match are you most looking forward to at All Out?
What's the card again?
I don't know.
I'm excited for the TBS title match.
Jade Cargill versus
Someone.
Abaddon? I don't know,
Abaddon's
man.
winning. Abaddon's gotta win, dude.
Abaddon's gonna win? Hell, dude,
Abaddon's
that's
gonna
one of the
win.
things where I look at AEW and I'm kind of like, I love this company. I think they're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But how did they not make Abaddon work? Because that girl's sick as fuck. Like,
Dude, I don't know. I feel like sometimes like AW is really cool, right? And sometimes like,
Mm-hmm.
huh?
And actually, I know the answer to my own question, why didn't Abaddon work, is because she's a woman and they don't know how to book their women's division, and
What?
they simply can't do it. You look at the 4-way match this weekend, it is the worst. Like, Steven, the 4 women competing for the interim women's title are Toni Storm, Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida, and Jamie Hayter. I barely know who Jamie Hayter is. So, like, you think she's winning?
I think she's cool. Yeah, I think she's winning, man.
Barely know who that woman is.
Remember when she debuted and people started cheering really loudly because they thought she was like Becky Lynch?
No way anyone thought that. Ain't no way.
No, I'm getting confused with that. What was it? Oh, remember when Johnny Impact or Johnny Dynamite came out? He debuted, right?
Okay.
Everyone's like cheering, like John Morrison, right? Was debuting, right? And he comes out, big Titantron letters, it says Johnny Wrestling or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And everyone starts cheering, like, yes, this is awesome, guys. I love Johnny. Out comes John Morrison.
Oh, right.
And the
right,
crowd's
right.
like, oh.
We still like him. I
Pretty
kind
cool,
of.
John. Johnny's pretty cool.
And then he loses. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But Steven, Johnny Mundo, he did an interview this week, and there was a headline that came out of it, and it said, John Hennigan's real thoughts on John Laurinaitis. And I thought, I usually wouldn't click on an article like this, but because it's John Morrison, you never hear this man talk shit.
John
He's like,
Laurinaitis.
in that he's like the least problematic guy ever, John Morrison, right? Like, he never talks shit about anyone. He's always like so professional, just like seems like a very nice man, right?
Yeah.
So I clicked on it, and him finally speaking his truth about John Laurinaitis is saying that, oh yeah, when he released me, like, that was fine. I kind of wanted to leave anyways. Yeah, like, he basically said that he wanted to leave the company regardless because his wife got fired 2 weeks before him, so he was pissed and didn't want to work for them. And so, like, why was that the title of the article? Like, John Morrison still is not an angry person. He still is not.
What got you to click on it? Yeah,
you know what? I'm the fool. I'm the fool. You're right, Steven.
You are.
You're right. Well, do you have any other last stories before we ride off into the sunset, or do we call it
Braun
quits on?
Strowman has said something about AEW recently.
Can I be honest? I don't give a shit.
He says,
okay.
Control your narrative will be around longer than this trash. And our backing is worth $100 because it's our money. I'm not blowing through daddy's hard-earned. Botchfest. Markfest. Killed the business.
Yeah, cool. I'm glad we're giving him attention.
Yeah.
Hey guys, go check out Braun Strowman. He's killing it. Do you know how sad that is to be Universal Champion 2 years ago
Selling out
and
Chili's?
then to not be able to sell 100 tickets? Like, that is the saddest thing. Like, that's the saddest story in wrestling. If I am Braun Strowman,
Were people on for him being Universal
I don't
Champion?
know how my mental health maintains. Huh?
Were people on for him being Universal Champion? Or were they like over that when it happened?
I don't know what you're saying.
Like, were people excited for him to become Universal Champion?
No, because he only
feel like
won it
they're,
out
like-
of... Every time he should have won it, he did not, right? Every time the fans wanted him to win it, they did not pull the trigger. They waited until he was well past his peak.
They waited till the crowd died.
Well, they waited until one of their main eventers dropped out of WrestleMania. You know, they waited until Roman decided not to show up. So, hey.
Hey, good for the Tribal Chief, man. Without that no-show, he would have, like, you know, not become the Tribal Chief, you know?
It's true.
Probably not. It probably still would have happened.
Does he return as the Tribal Chief from that?
Yeah.
I think you might
no,
be
he
right.
came back. Spirit on what's his name? What's it, the Fiend, right? And
Okay.
Goldberg. He beats either the Fiend or Goldberg. I'm thinking. No, I think he beats Goldberg and.
He beats the Fiend.
Was it the Fiend and Goldberg?
I think he beats
Or is it Braun
Goldberg
Strowman?
later. Dude,
Braun
I
Strowman was there.
honestly, this is maybe my least
Right.
favorite era of wrestling we're discussing. I couldn't tell you. I
Yeah,
don't know.
and then he wins titles like, hey guys, I'm also Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's like, yay, I work with you now.
That's cool.
That's
Good for
it.
Paul.
And then they have the Jey Uso feud, and it was pretty sick.
Yo,
But-
that's badass.
More exciting news: Matt
Oh,
Hardy
More
said
exciting.
on a interview, right? If you dislike Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, you're a fucking idiot.
I mean, I don't dislike them, so I think we're in the
I think they're
clear,
fine.
Steven. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
I
you
don't
have
know
any
if I like them or
problems, direct them to Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, guys. That goes for all of you. If you have any problems with this podcast, please shoot AEW official an email, okay? They would appreciate it very much. If you want to leave a positive review, guys, go over to iTunes, do that. You can do it on Spotify as well with the star system. You can, I don't know,
donate money if you want to support us. Those TikToks take a lot of time to make. This podcast takes at least 5 hours to make.
You can donate money, but more reasonably, could you just leave a like on the video? You know, I'd take that too. You know, like that'd be pretty sick.
Sure, 3 times on our TikToks.
Press like 2 times on our videos. And
that doesn't do anything.
No, I'm aware.
Oh man.
And otherwise, we'll be back next week with more lore, more Lucha Underground, more all of it. So Steven, you're the host this week. You gotta close. Sorry, I hate to steal your thunder.
All right, guys, we're gonna end it with a boom.